Well,
Good
I know
job.
Dan's super close.
Yep.
So why don't we go ahead and get started with our third session of Obsidian Scar with Ms. Iliana, who's going to do our recap for us.
Yes. I wrote this in kind of like Iliana saying a prayer while she's hiding under the cart during the storm.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, I know I haven't spoke to you today, so here goes. First off, forgive me. As far as our travels, here's what's happened today already. This morning, Elxaris woke up on the shore. Not sure what happened there. Something about a dream about tentacles? I know. Derik still thinks the pit is a farce. I'm slightly afraid for when we start seeing real battle. A bunch of us had breakfast at Florida's for a long time. Apparently these folks like to chat. Very different than the Chantry and Empire folk, I tell you. They were in there forever, flirting with the wee nice waitress there and talking about stuff that don't need to be talked about over bread and tea. And apparently Derik drinks his tea and coffee mixed together. Have you heard of such a thing before? I can honestly say that I'm not really surprised. It was a lovely wee place for us. Next time I'll go alone so I can have some peace. Oh, and Lennoc's apparently a PI? Go figure. You meet all kinds. And could you take care of Jefferson? I don't know what's his deal, but the sooner he's out of our lives, the better. Apparently he might have had a thing with Elxaris and Pepino together on the ship. Or at least that's what Derik said, so... it's probably not true, is it? I know it seemed like 5 hours. Myself, Llennoc, and Locke went over to the Balthazar's bakery to look around. Found out their son runs the place and we're delivering some goods to his folks in Vadras, I think. Is that where we're going next? Honestly, I can't remember. Then Elxaris finally joined us, who also had to eat breakfast. I've never seen so many people so interested in bread and coffee. I still think she should have left while she had the chance. After 5 hours, Llennoc, Locke, and myself head over to Balthazar to take a look around, finding out the son is the one running the place now, and we promised to take some goods or something to his folks in Vadras. I think Pepino shared his concerns about the assembly to Derik, unfortunately, which only fed his opinions of what is happening here. While they were out searching for Elxaris. Derik had a word with me that possibly the others were involved, and then a falcon swooped in and crapped all over the place. Elxaris, eventually decided to join. I'm just going over notes now. I apparently didn't take out some after I changed it. We collected the car and the horses, went out to the south gate and saw the wreck that this city was rebuilt from. What a shame. I'm sure it was marvelous. Now we have this cloud city after us, and the other fools are up in the magic hole with Pepino, and me and Llennoc will probably die out here with a cart. Could you maybe lend a hand in helping us survive this? I'd really appreciate it. And that's it.
I mean...
We can end the show. I'm so happy.
I know, right?
That's very good.
No one's stopping.
So good. You guys, I'm so glad you guys decided to do this in character.
Whoever had that brilliant idea.
Nobody knows who it was. There's no one to take credit.
Genius, handsome.
Yeah. Unknown.
All right, wonderful. So,
God.
as Iliana praised Torm, huddled underneath the cart within the crevasse of the switchbacks that you guys have been going up and down, we have 4 of our adventurers cozily tucked away in a little rope trick, while Llennoc is on the cart and Iliana is underneath. And bearing down on them are the winds and the rain from a storm that is preceding a cloud giant castle, I guess. It's the best way to put it. So to start, I need... Actually, to start, Pepino, is this the drink that you're handing out? You know, you're in your robe, you guys are all fireside, cozy. Is this the drink that Jonathan gave you?
This is my moonshine. This is
your
my
moonshine.
moonshine, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the four of you that are in the rope trick, you're enjoying a little bit of moonshine.
Not me.
Llennoc, and not for you. Okay.
Sorry, I've been in Japan too long.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Yeah. Derik would not drink if he knew it was alcohol.
Okay. Okay. There you go. So the three of you are enjoying moonshine while Derik abstains. Iliana and Llennoc, could you please make for me? Oh, first, what armor are you guys wearing again? Remind me.
I don't have any.
I'm plate.
You're in plate armor. Okay. I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws for me, and Iliana, I need you to do it at disadvantage, please.
Okay. All right, with disadvantage, that is 16 total.
16 total? Okay.
I am slowly, because I cleared my cache, logging back into D&D Beyond.
Uh-oh. Oh, what do you need to know? Because I made this handy-dandy chart of everybody's stuff.
Well, I rolled a 5, so it's not really whatever my modifier would be.
Your con?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a +3, so you aren't
8.
proficient in con.
Okay.
Okay, great. So it's a +3. So what is your total?
8 in total.
8 in total. Okay. So the wind is whipping up pretty fiercely at this point. You guys feel the sand sort of like, pelting your skin. You, Iliana, just kind of duck a little bit further underneath the cart, and you just barely see that you've just barely missed a lightning strike that hit just in front of where you are. Probably lucky because you are in plate mail. Unfortunately, though, Llennoc, some of the energy kind of skips off and hits you. So I need you to please just mark down for me. You take 5 points of lightning damage as the energy from the lightning bolt that hit right in front of you guys just kind of bounces off and hits you. So, yeah.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. First damage of the campaign.
Oh, man.
I know. All right. So, I would say, are you guys, so what is everyone doing right now? Besides hunkering down?
Drinking.
Is anyone doing anything in particular?
Lounging. Just lounging.
Lounging. Okay. So
I'm
you guys are
hosting.
staying within the... Okay.
I'm hosting.
Okay. Okay. So as you're hosting, are you guys keeping an eye on what's going on out there, or are you guys just hunkered into that rope trick?
I am. I'll be
I wouldn't. Out.
Yeah. I wouldn't be
definitely watching too.
I'm just doing my best to keep everyone calm and comfortable and feeling very welcomed.
Okay. Wonderful.
Being a good
All right.
host.
All right. So as Pepino does that thing where he's filling your glasses without you noticing, so you don't actually know how much you're drinking. Your glass is just constantly full.
Yeah.
I need those of you paying attention to please make perception checks for me. And those of you outside, actually no, just make a normal one for me, and I'll just take a penalty.
Can I roll at disadvantage? I would still have vision, but I would just be on react.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
12 for Llennoc.
12. Okay.
17.
17.
Or
Twins.
Iliana and ours.
I also got a 17.
Oh, is 17
All
striking
right.
strikes?
Yeah, it's a thing on our channel. We roll a
What?
ton of them. Yeah.
I know. What did you roll, Locke? Did I miss you?
12.
12. Okay. Okay. So I would say with the disadvantage, I think only Elxaris and Pepino would notice that the worst of the storm is coming on. The wind is picking up quite a bit. There is literally just this wall of rain that's headed right towards you guys. With that roll, I would say that you're relatively sure that they're probably safe within the little corner that they found, but they're probably going to get wet and probably going to get a little bit a little bit banged up, but they're like it's coming on right now. So as you guys notice that, I need Iliana and Llennoc to please make a strength saving throw against the wind.
Oh, what? I'm sorry, I was distracted. What do we need to do?
Strength, please.
Okay.
15.
15? Okay.
Total.
That is a 11 total.
An 11 total? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Llennoc, you're fine. You're in the cart. Iliana, not that you were going anywhere, but you notice that the wind has picked up to the point where you cannot move forward at this point. Like the wind is so strong up against you. And the storm is rolling right on top of you guys at this point. And then can one of you outside, either one of you, could you roll a percentile dice for me, please? So the pair of dice. On behalf of the cart.
Like a good percentile dice or like a bad percentile dice?
A good one.
Are you doing it, Dan?
Yeah, yep.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 93.
Ooh.
Wow.
93. Okay. All right. Yeah. The cart is like shaking a little bit, and you're a little bit worried about like the axles with the wheels, but it's holding in place. And it seems to be doing okay. So Iliana, what I want you to do, since he was kind of like managing the cart and you're kind of backed up at the, below the cart, can you make an animal handling check for me just to make sure that the donkeys are calm?
That is a 16 total.
16 total? Oh, yeah. Yeah. After the calming down that Elxaris did as she was bringing the donkeys in, they're trusting you guys. They're a little bit antsy, but they're doing okay. Okay, so as the storm rolls by, I just need you guys to make one more Constitution saving throw for me.
Ooh, 16.
16, okay.
That's a 4 total.
Okay, 4 total. All right. So Llennoc, after being like buzzed a little bit with that lightning, you have positioned yourself in the cart to feel like a little bit more safe. Unfortunately, Iliana, you were a little distracted by taking care of those donkey and being in your girl. I rolled 3 1s and a 2. 2, 3, 5. So you also take 5 points of lightning damage as another strike comes down and just happens to get you and catches you in your plate mail with that that lightning strike. And those of you I would say that it's probably too difficult to see within the little nook that you guys are in. But those of you in the rope trick will have noticed the rain is absolutely coming down at this point, to the point where you can barely see where they are. And you can tell that the wall is about to let up, but it is a maelstrom if ever you have seen one. So as it rolls by, the clouds clear, the wind picks up a little bit, and it seems like a relatively calm day. It was just crazy storm.
How long did it last? Just like a couple minutes, or?
Yeah, it lasted maybe 5 or 6 minutes. It wasn't very long at all. It was moving pretty quickly. At 40 miles an hour, it was booking it a little bit, yeah. Guillermo would let you know.
Yeah, the exact.
Yeah.
Wind speed.
Yes.
All right, well, I'll peek my little head down and I'll check on them, see if they're still standing.
Okay. Make a perception check for me. I'll let them tell you how they're doing, but
19.
19. All right, 19. I would say from a 19, the cart looks a little bit haggard, but probably still usable. However, it looks like probably up ahead on the path that you're heading down, there has definitely been a landslide. So that might be an impediment at some point. But
Okay.
I will let Llennoc and Iliana explain if they are doing well or not.
Iliana will. You said the storm's completely is past Victoria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, it's
Iliana
blown
will
by and it's sunny.
Okay. Iliana will start to get out from under the carriage. Then, oh, I'll notice Pepino.
It's just my little head like poking out. I'm still upside down from the
guys-
pocket.
You guys okay in there?
Oh, we're great. Are you guys okay out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, doing all right?
Yeah.
I didn't doubt it for a second.
Me either. And then I'll just like poke my head back out. Oh, well, you guys are welcome to join us if you want to dry off. And then I'm gonna go up and I want to see. Can I see? Like I know it's a storm giant castle. I'm gonna try and see which way it's going, and take note of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Make a general perception check for me. Just to, actually make it a survival because you're going and looking for the directions.
A survival.
Yeah, unless you want to argue for something else.
I'm perceiving which way they're going.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, you can do it. I said it first.
16.
16? Okay. Yeah, you get the idea that it's heading north. Hold on. Consulting the map. North to northwest-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would I know of anything that is that direction?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It is unmapped territory.
None of our quests were that, like, going north or northwest, right? It was like west, and then like one was to the sea, and then I forgot where and the other one was the pits.
Well, so there were the pits that really were just there to like assign you to a to a job. They gave you the option of 3, so you could either go down to Vadras to try and figure out why none of the caravans were making it back. You could get on the ship and try and map out the coastline, or you could head north in a general direction where they have not really mapped, so they were sending you out into the wilderness to just discover, right?
Okay.
Without any sort of purpose. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we decide to do that, we would probably find more information. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just start lounging again. I'm not in a rush.
Okay. All right. Llennoc, what are you doing?
I am probably going to take Pepino up on his offer and climb up and dry off a little bit. And I just want to, depending on how much time we have here in this cubby, I'm trying to keep an ongoing map with my cartography skills as we go along. I know the map on that table back in Jarasa already has this section covered, I think, but I just want to, match it up with what I'm seeing to make sure that I'm drawing out the map in one of my journals.
Oh, sure. I would say make an investigation check with your cartographer's tools.
Okay.
And while you do that, I have to put my dog will not stop sneezing. I'm just going to put her to bed really fast.
Aw.
Oh, okay. Let's I'll do my cartographer tools too.
Sorry. She sneezes to get attention, and she wanted to go to bed.
Why?
I got a 16.
A 16. Okay, so yeah, you can pretty easily tell that everything so far seems to match up. I mean, you can only see so far because you're on a cliff face, but with what you can see, the coastline and everything, it seems to match up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. What are you doing, guys? You just gonna hang out in the In the rope trick?
Iliana's not in the rope trick.
Okay.
How are the are they horses or donkeys that we got? Horses?
They're donkeys.
Oh, donkeys.
Yeah, they're donkeys. Yeah.
How are the donkeys doing? Are there still 2 of them?
Yeah, there are still 2. There are still
Okay.
2. They did not multiply or, lose
Divide.
numbers.
I mean, getting
Yeah.
blown away.
Yeah, I know.
Dying.
Yeah, no, you guys smartly put the 2 donkeys in, followed by the cart. So the cart
Okay.
took the brunt of the, the damage, but they seem okay. Yeah.
Okay. I will just kind of hang out with the donkeys, just kind of take a look out at our surroundings a bit. Not really walking around, but just kind of looking out.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
That's a 8 total.
An 8 total. Oh goodness. You are kind of like looking out. You don't. You're looking out at the ocean. And it's ocean. You're looking out at the beach, and there's a little bit more debris. A little driftwood, but
Okay.
that's about all. Yeah. All right.
And Iliana will say a thank you under her breath.
Oh, okay. Noted. All right. How about Locke and Elxaris? Derik, what are you guys doing?
I think I would be sort of striking up conversation if we're just sitting about, and
Yeah.
I'd be especially I think it's very clear that Pepino is a wise, a good judge of character, and so I'd be very
Thank
curious.
you.
I would.
Thank you so much.
So Derik is. So my little man, could you tell me how you've come to be able to create delightful little retreats out of thin air, just with a rope?
Yeah, it's a simple, I believe, transmutation. Let me check which. Yes, it's a simple transmutation spell. It's not widely used, but I like to. If I'm gonna do magic, I want it to be a little unique. I don't want to do the same thing as everyone else. I want to
Yeah,
stand out with my.
Can you do this indoors, or do you have to be outside?
No, I can do it indoors. I can do it anywhere.
Really?
I can't do it in here though. Yeah.
Okay, no rope tricks inside a rope trick.
No.
Okay,
Against
so
the law.
Derik would have a sudden realization at this point, and
Yeah.
sort of stand up and be afraid to touch anything. And like, is this where you spent that time with Jefferson on the ship?
No, we spent we spent most of our time on deck, just under the the night sky, under the stars. Pepino's saying it with a straight face, but I can't do it.
Okay, so feeling that it's less of a sticky situation, Derik could sit back down. I'm sort of. So who's in? Is everyone except for Iliana inside here? Is that
That's
true?
correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's the end of my inquiry at the moment.
I'll add in, there was actually a lot of people there. Elxaris was there. Llennoc was over in the corner.
Llennoc,
yeah,
were you
Llennoc.
there?
Llennoc was watching. Llennoc watched the whole
Llennoc.
thing happen.
Right.
Is this true?
Magnificent performance. Yeah, they all did
Yeah.
fine work. I mean, Jefferson went down at one point, but he got right back up.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, we both went down. It was unavoidable.
Right.
It was just in the heat of the moment. You never know what's gonna happen.
Nothing a potion wouldn't fix, though.
Yeah.
Blue potion.
Yeah, that was a sweaty night. That was a real just.
Right.
I'm just gonna admit that you guys just outclassed me so hard, and I have nothing. I have
Yeah.
nothing. I have no way to respond in character.
Yeah.
Maybe just a slack jaw.
Yeah.
Literally speechless.
Yeah. Well, if you have any questions or you just want to know more, just give me. I'm an open book, Derek.
Wait,
I'm not
hold on.
worthy.
Time out. I'm in this room, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never mind. I am not going to try to rebuttal this, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're an open book, Derek. Anything you might want to learn. Yeah.
Derek will just nod gravely.
Yeah.
And then probably be about ready to move out
Yeah.
and see what's outside.
Yeah, let's
Especially
finish.
since the only person he can trust is out there.
Let's finish up these drinks. Let's go check on Llennoc. Oh wait, Llennoc, are you still down there?
I'm
Oh,
up here. I've finished
okay.
drying off and some notes, but I'm ready to leave too. Yeah.
Is Iliana up here still, or
No,
you're
I
down
never
there?
I never came up there into your hole.
Okay, yeah. Everyone's in my hole. Like it's really just.
It's a tight fit.
It's a very tight fit. All right, let's get down there.
Wait, I'm sorry. I this is a serious clarification. Didn't you say that 8 could fit within your hole?
A lot, yeah. I can fit up to 8 medium.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so it's not that tight of a
Not
fit,
large.
really.
Yeah.
To 8 medium or smaller.
Okay. All right. I'm done.
Okay. Let's go back.
Amazing.
Yeah, let's go check on our friend down there.
And can you just like slide down the rope like fire pole style? Is it like
Yeah.
pretty simple?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. So I would attempt to look very classy and go down the rope, perhaps like stripper pole style, and have like just one hand on
Just
it,
like
and
circling down.
then it
like,
yeah,
with your
within
leg.
like between my knee,
Yeah,
my knee
yeah.
in the back. of my
Make
leg.
a performance check.
Oh hell yeah!
Are you upside down? Are you like leaning all the way back?
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah.
try and be right side up still. I don't
Okay.
think. Okay, performance check. A total of 15.
Okay, all right. I would say that because you're staying upright, you probably are able to accomplish the look that you're going for. Yeah,
And then when I land, certainly my cloak billows. Is that true?
of course it does.
Oh
On
yes.
your
Okay.
command.
All right. The day is done. And I of course move out of the way so other people can come down and see if they could outstyle me.
Oh, I was going to do like some acrobatic shit falling down sliding down the pole.
Nice.
Okay. You can also make a performance check if you'd like.
Performers or acrobatics?
What are you going to do specifically to make it an acrobatics check?
Acrobatic-y stuff. I don't
Like tumble down it, like
Yeah.
Tasha.
you know, like it was just effortless. Like,
Okay.
You've also had a double of moonshine at this point, so
well,
Let's
I do
keep that.
nothing.
Doesn't that make it more likely?
yeah,
that
wouldn't
you'll-
that wouldn't that make you more graceful?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Or
Go
more
ahead and
bold.
make an acrobatics check since it doesn't really matter.
Okay. 19.
19. Okay. So you also stylistically hardcore parkour your way down the rope.
And I want to like walk up next to not Steven. Oh my god. Derek. Well, your name tag's not on the
Is that true?
Yeah.
yeah, but it's
Oh.
Steven.
Oh, I have to redo it every time we log in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
unless you change your name permanently, yeah.
I'm like, that's how it's done. Poop.
Why would you say that?
You
Why
called him
would you
poop?
suddenly just say the word poop?
It's very
Come
rude.
on. Wow. And I was so complimentary of you earlier. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I think Lennoc's going to use so his clothes thread themselves back together, like minor damage is repaired, and it's all about his thread. So I'm just going to whisper the whatever it's called, activation word, to make that happen, and then I'm just going to climb down the rope like a normal person.
Yeah.
Normally. Okay.
I'm appreciating everyone's theatrics, but I'm just like, after that, I'm
Seems-
not going to try anything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Sure.
Llennoc is thinking inside.
Sure. Okay. Walk, you coming down? You hanging out in the rope trick?
Everyone is so extra.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, Locke is just going to go down the rope like Llennoc did, like a person.
Yeah.
Oh, like a person. All right.
Yeah.
So, several people and
Like a
then some.
person.
You
I
make your
felt
way
that
back down the
I
rope.
was a person still.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You all.
So wait, we can all agree that I was the coolest?
No.
Actually,
Wait. You said that too quickly.
yeah, Elxaris did a pretty darn good job.
And she called you poop.
And she did it with only one eye to see. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
It's true.
It was fine work, though, Derik. I especially appreciated the pillow and cape there.
Okay. So,
Great effort.
you saw the. I'm glad that you appreciated the cape.
Magnificent landing.
Okay. So I would, at this point, hearing the information that I just heard inside there, would be like really like staring over at Iliana, like shifting my eyes off to the side again, because it's even worse than I thought.
Nice.
And she missed it.
You can see Alex's incredible acrobatic skills.
Not bad.
Iliana
Not bad.
begrudgingly kind of steps off to the side.
And I was just like, excuse me, we need to collect some berries. And then I would follow her over if I get away. And then I would basically recount what they told me. And if you want me to do it in character, I can.
Are you sure you heard this?
Oh, it was clear as a starry night, as they would say.
Did they say that?
Pepino said very clearly that Jefferson went down twice, and that.
Okay.
No. Listen.
I don't need to know the details.
Llennoc watched the whole time. He watched. He didn't get involved.
And they said all this to you while you were sitting up in Pepino's hole.
Yes.
What was it like up there in the hole?
Just comfortable. Just tell you the truth. It was so comfortable.
Until that moment, it was actually quite relaxing. So here's my question. Do you think that this affair was emotional or merely sexual in nature? Meaning, can we trust them, or are they allies of Jefferson?
Well, I think if it was such a large group, that it's probably beyond just Jefferson now.
Oh no! Are you serious? You don't think Jefferson's in charge of this? Is it the captain?
What do you think that he made them all? You know.
I think pheromones.
All right, Derik.
Do I know what sort of class Jefferson was? As like sort of did he show any magical abilities at some point, or?
I would say make an insight check for me.
Oh,
Jefferson didn't
insight.
show any abilities.
Shit. Well, I'm just assuming I ran into him at some other point on the ship, I guess. Whatever it is, it's not good. Oh, plus. Okay, 12.
12. Okay. I would say that with a 12, you would know that he's a fighter of some sort. Probably doesn't rely on too much magic unless it's a magical item. But yeah, that's about as far as you probably got with a 12.
So he did get his sex magic from someone else, you're right. He didn't have any innate magical abilities.
Derik, when you find something that might be, pertinent or something that we should look out for.
Like this, yes.
Right now, you're just giving me things that it's information that I don't need to know.
How could you not need to know how closely they were tied to Jefferson? With
I don't need
all
to know
eyes
about what
involved.
they do behind closed doors.
No, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't behind closed doors. It was under the open sky on the deck.
Well,
that's the important part of the story.
It's their own business, is what I'm saying.
Yes, but we can't trust Jefferson. He's in cahoots with the barnacle people.
But Jefferson's not here, Derik.
Can you?
They
prove
are. Or you think
So-
he's invisible now?
That? Is he? I mean, if he could get that seduction magic, couldn't he get some sort of invisibility potion? Does that exist?
Derik, you need to stop
Iliana?
worrying about Jefferson.
You're not worried about Jefferson?
No, because he's back at the other town.
Okay. All right.
He's
so
not with us.
If you'll excuse me, I need to find some berries so they don't find us out. And then I would walk off and look for berries.
Eliana will walk back
Okay.
to the group.
Okay. All right.
God.
Make
I'm dying.
an investigation check for me on the berry looking. Are you actually looking, or are you pretending to look?
No, I seriously at least want to have like a handful of berries when I come back.
Okay. All right. You look for some berries, and while
Okay,
you do that,
investigation?
investigation, and while you're investigating that, Locke, you come up right towards the last few sentences of that conversation. Kind of sneak up, because, yeah, none of them notice you. No. So, Iliana, you might notice him as you turn around to go back.
Oh, hi, Pepino. She'll say it loud enough for hopefully Derik to hear.
Oh, it was
my name
Locke.
is
It was
Locke
Locke.
still.
Locke. It's Locke.
Oh, it's Locke.
Why is she
Yes, my
yelling
name
at
is
me?
Locke.
I'm over here.
Pretty short fellow. You and I have had
For some reason, I
What
was
was he
meals
yelling at
together.
me?
Locke. Right. I'm sorry. The storm kind of it fuddled my brain.
You do look a bit scorched. Are you alright?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Notice you and Derik sneaking off together a lot. Is something going on there? Just curious, of course. You don't have to answer. A lady's business is her own. but-
ETW, Iliana is not.
Please
smiling
excuse
at you.
me.
Steven's out. Steven can't deal.
Do you think something's going on, Locke?
Well, he's
What
been
do you
passing
think-
your notes. You've both snuck off together multiple times while we were having a conversation. I've sort of noticed.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
happened
Think.
twice.
All right. Think what you want, and I'll just walk away.
All right.
Okay. All right. So, Derik, what was that investigation check for me, please?
You're muted, Steven.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I put you in a
Welcome back.
silent spell. What's up?
Could you lip read the number I said?
No.
No, I cannot. Victoria cannot. I took
Was
the
the
key
number
mind
fuck?
feat, not.
It's a 13, but that well played. You guys are really outdueling me tonight.
All right. Okay, a 13 is exactly what you needed. So you do
Oh.
see what was missed before was there's like a little overgrown path just behind where you guys had passed. And on that path, there's a couple of little bushes that they're not so much berries, they're about the size of like a plum. And they start out purple at the very base of them, and they go from purple to this brilliant blue to almost like a lime green color.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, I want as many of them as I can get. So I don't know how many are there, but I wouldn't get more than I could hold in my arms. But I don't know what the quantity is.
Holding your arms. I'm trying to imagine myself at the store taking all the plums.
Mm-hmm. Exactly that.
8 to 10, I would say. Yeah, we'll say 10.
Okay.
I'll
So
be generous, yeah.
So I would get that, and I would start making my way back with whatever
Okay.
these things are.
Okay. You have 10 pieces of fruit, since you don't know what they are yet.
10 fruits. Okay. All right.
10
I'm walking back to
fruits.
the group.
All right. So Iliana has pushed past Locke towards the group, and then you see Derik approaching with 10 fruits in his arm.
10 fruits.
A bountiful harvest, Derik.
I would. Is there some sort of surface nearby where I could sort of, place them like I was coming home with groceries and I was just throwing shit on the table?
Yeah, the cart.
Yeah, the cart. So I just put dump on the cart and say, "Bon appetit, bitches!" And then I would grab one and just try and take a huge bite out of it.
Okay, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
kidding. You're fine.
I'm ready.
Actually, it tastes delicious. It tastes delicious.
Oh,
It's
oh.
it's both sweet, and a little bit. There's a little bit of tartness to it, but not so much that it's it overpowers the sweetness. And you feel fantastic.
Oh, this is bad news.
Yeah, like full. You feel full. Yeah, you feel great.
Okay, can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
Would I desire just to nosh another one?
Actually, no.
Or am I like so full and content?
Yeah, as pleasant as the flavor is, and as much as you'd like it in the future, you don't necessarily feel like you want to eat another one.
Okay, so I was like, you guys, you gotta try this shit.
Thank you.
Do I recognize the fruit he has?
You can make a nature check if you'd like.
Okay. 17.
17. You don't necessarily recognize these fruits. They're definitely something that's really, you've never seen them from back home. But Derik, you just said they needed to try them, right?
Oh yeah. I was just basically saying, hey, these are delicious, essentially.
Okay, so I'll say with that nature check, you determine they're probably not poisonous.
Okay.
Probably.
Does anybody know what these are called? Or have I discovered them?
I haven't seen anything like that before.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I don't know what that is.
Looks like they're Bodson's berries.
Bartson's berries?
What?
You guys haven't heard of Bartson's berries? Like, I'm gonna pretend like I've definitely had them before.
Oh!
God,
the
everybody
Bartson's
loves these. These are all the rage back in Vossarel. All right, and I'm gonna eat one.
Oh, yes!
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you also get the same sort of feeling. It's delicious, sweet, but a little bit tart. You feel full, nourished.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily want another one right now, but it's delicious.
So I'm feeling like, if I'm feeling that happy, and Pepino here has just made me feel so good with this knowledge of my berries and eating it, I have a question that I've been wanting to ask him for some time. Pepino,
Yes.
do you know very much about the theater? Have you seen many plays?
I am a fan of the arts. I would say that. Why?
Perchance have you heard of The Lusty Pool Boy or Madame Arabella and Her Amorous Dragon?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Has he actually heard of them?
No.
No.
Oh, that was
There's no
honest.
way. Like I'm just saying yeah.
You've never heard tell of the scene where Madame Arabella meets the dragon?
What happens?
Oh, what happens indeed. She approaches the cave. I want to have to actually figure out what happens right now. Okay. So she approaches the cave and she yells, "Is anyone inside this cave?" And she just hears a huffing, and she says, "Speak your name." And a dragon pokes his head out and he says, "DTF." And they spend the evening together, and then she brings him back to the city.
Doing what, Derik?
Did that not just become clear? Anyway, the dragon's name is DTF, and you asked me once what dragon I had slain, and it was DTF.
So you killed someone's lover, some passionate dragon lover.
He did other bad things. You can be someone's passionate lover and still be a dick.
It's true.
And
it's true.
With really, I was just curious if he knew who I was, and so I will abscond quickly.
I feel like I've learned a lot about you, Derik. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to
All right.
Iliana if that's all right. Well, how do we get the show back on the road?
I'm ready to go now.
Should we just get in the wagon and start going and call everyone?
Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Is anybody eating this fruit?
Well, I'm gonna give
Is
it
it
a
just
few
me?
hours and just see how the other end of the cycle goes, and then I'll.
How it settles.
What?
Yeah,
I will.
alright.
What could go wrong? I don't
I'll
understand.
take 2 for the
It's
road.
fruit.
So Iliana will take 2 and put it in her pocket.
Ah.
Okay. She will head back and grab 2 fruits. Some
I will not take
Bartson's
any.
berries.
If no one's taking any Bartson's berries, then Bartson needs to have 2 of his own berries with him, and so
Yeah.
he will grab those and pocket.
I'll
So
hop
you
up
maneuver. Yeah, you maneuver the donkeys out of the little nook that you have them in, and you start heading around the corner of the next bend in the trail, and you notice there is a landslide. You come up to it, and there's about a 15-foot gap where the path is completely washed away, and then after that 15-foot gap, there's another 25 to 30 feet of just complete, mud and rock and silt that has completely washed across.
Oh, for fuck's sake! What are we supposed to do now? Look at Iliana and back at everybody.
How much do you think this wagon weighs?
Are you
Well,
asking the
I'll-
DM or
Yeah,
yourself?
I'm asking you guys. I'm asking all you guys.
That sounds like a question for your bird. So
It's true. It's an excellent point. And I'll pull out Guillermo. I'll let Guillermo out, and I'll have him just like start taking measurements and like
Try and lift it.
Okay.
pretend like he's
Make
doing
it.
math.
Have Guillermo make a general intelligence check.
Okay, but I'm also doing it. I'm just being subtle about it.
Sure. Okay.
General intelligence. Well, Guillermo rolled
Yeah.
a 6. I rolled a 14.
Okay, 14. Okay. So as Guillermo spreads his wings and then flaps them together and spreads his wings, and he
Yeah.
communicates to you how many wing widths the cart is to help you with your bath. You can't. You can tell that it's probably maybe between 50 to 100 pounds.
Okay.
With all the stuff on it. Yeah.
Okay, so I would know that it's under 500 pounds.
It's under 500 pounds
I
for
would-
sure.
Okay, not
Without the
including
donkeys attached to it.
Not
Yeah.
including the donkeys. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Guillermo thinks that it's about, what was it? 150 pounds. So, we could carry it. How bad is the landslide?
I mean, it's pretty bad. So you've got the 15 feet where the path is completely gone, it's eroded away, and it's cut into the side of the cliff. And then, like I said, there's about 25 to 30 feet where it's just completely covered over, where now it's just a sheer drop off from the top of the cliff down, and then you can see the path just starting to wind around after that.
Have you got an idea, Pepino?
I mean, we could jump it. No,
Oh.
I can. I'm kidding. No.
should we build a ramp?
Well. Again, I'll ask the crew. How much do you guys think a donkey weighs? A couple 100 pounds?
Aye.
Wait, are donkeys smaller? Is that a thing? They're like pony sized. I'm from the Midwest, but I don't know this by default.
They're bigger than a pony.
They're big, right? They're not.
Yeah, an adult. Oh, that's a little. The internet says between 180 to 1,100 pounds. For heaven's sake, there's
So we'll
gotta
go with
be.
the 180.
Oh,
We'll
what?
go with the 180, right? Yeah.
Hold on.
Like a baby.
You guys keep talking about what you're gonna do. I'll find out how much
It's
the donkey weighs.
no, the
Talk about
average
180.
human weighs between 6 pounds and 350 pounds.
Yeah. Well, I can levitate the cart at least, so we could just attach some strings and just pull it while it's floating.
Could we do a couple of trips?
No, we can do one trip.
I see.
Well,
And it lasts for 10 minutes. So depending on how chunky these donkeys are, I can either take the donkeys or I can take the cart. I think the donkeys are probably more important.
Why are they important? What value do they have without the cart?
They're living creatures, Derek. They have emotions just as you and I.
Yeah,
Also-
I could heal them.
But they'll still feel pain, Derek. They still have
I got nothing. Once
still
again.
have feelings. They still have dreams. They still have aspirations, just as you and I.
What, to what do these donkeys aspire? To return to the village and find out if there's barnacle people?
To go farther down the road.
Wait, hold on. There's a fucking dog here, guys. Look at that. Look at that cute motherfucking dog. Oh my god.
Victoria,
And a kitty drive-by.
is there another way to go around the landslide?
Make a survival check for me, and then for those of you wondering, the average weight of a Mexican burro is 269 pounds, so we'll go with that.
200 and what?
69 pounds.
Good job.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not kidding. That's what it says.
Okay.
All right.
Survival is 17 total.
17 total. Okay, and then Locke, what are you doing? You're looking for what?
Locke is looking for something he could attach to the block and tackle to that's actually made to lift heavy objects up things.
Okay, sure. You can also make. I would say either make a survival check or an investigation check. And I'm sorry, Iliana, you said 17?
Yes, correct.
17. Okay. So with the 17, you can probably determine that you could probably get yourselves and maybe the donkeys up onto the top of the cliff just because of the way that it goes up. You could backtrack around to that path that you saw earlier. Who knows where that goes? You could definitely get yourselves down towards the beach if you wanted to walk along the beach. That might be a little bit more difficult with the donkeys, but up and down, it might be, you'd have to get clever to get the cart to go with you.
Okay.
And then to get across, that's, you can tell with the 17 that a long jump would only get you to a portion of where the landslide is, and then it's going to be pretty difficult to land on that sheer, mud and silt, and then get yourself across.
But we
And
can
you
get
certainly don't think you can get the donkeys to jump the gap.
Right. But we can get them up. If we go up the landslide, we can get the donkeys to go with us?
You could get them to go up the side of the cliff.
Okay.
Because, the donkeys one by one without the cart on them would probably follow, the path up to the top.
Okay.
And they certainly with the cart would probably go, you might have to clear that path, because you went back to get a couple berries. So you can tell that path is pretty overgrown, but that you might be able to bring it back up that way if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll relay the information to everyone else.
Okay.
Do we need the cart? Like, what do we need?
It has the supplies in it that we were supposed to deliver for Llennoc, right? Llennoc, you talked to the the Balthazar son?
Yep. Hopefully to ingratiate us with his family. But
It'd be nice to
Really
have a
fast.
cart.
Locke, what was your roll? I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I get everyone's rolls.
I only got a 7, so I'm not having any luck, but I have pulled my block and tackle out of my pack.
Okay.
While
all right,
I'm
so you
looking
got it out
around.
so so everyone can see your tools of the trade. But you're having a hard time finding a rock that you feel comfortable with. So okay.
Oh, what have you got there, Locke?
Oh, it's block and tackle. It's meant to lift heavy objects like, say, a cart up something.
Do you think we have anything to use it? Is it right if I take a look around?
Yeah, we'd have to find something
yeah.
sturdy.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
So sad. 11.
11. Okay. You find, a large boulder that you're relatively confident won't, dislodge from the side of the cliff, but this isn't like a thing that you normally do, so you're only relatively confident. Yeah.
What about that up there, Locke? Do you think we could get the whole cart across if we were to use that?
Well, they could certainly pull it up. I don't think the weight would be an issue.
Up and around, then maybe with Iliana, you said that the donkeys could go up that way. Maybe us.
Yeah, so we take them off the path there.
What do you all think? When I turn around and look at everyone. How about you, Alex? You've been so quiet today since the storm.
Yes, I agree.
Derik will basically do anything Iliana says with things that are out of things that he understands intrinsically. So,
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, we'll put our faith in your Locke. Tell me what I can do to help.
I'm sorry, I'm having cat issues. My God. Sheesh.
Cattail whip.
Yeah, she just
Super
knocked
effective.
everything down. She's awesome. Thank you, Clam. You've been a real help. That'll teach me to try to hold you like you so clearly want me to do. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth a shot. The block and tackle are meant to hoist things by
Right.
as a pulley. It has ropes. Tie it up. You pull.
All right.
Fairly simple. They use them on ships a lot. Especially, we would have definitely seen these being used when they were when they were loading on and loading off the ship's cargo, because that's definitely how they would be doing it in this kind of setting. So, I mean, Locke's pretty familiar with these, and I mean, if we had enough people on one end, we'd be able to pull up. I mean, the cart only weighs what they say,
100 or something, 150.
Like, that's not very much.
The raggedy
Okay.
cart.
Right.
Made out
well,
of like plywood.
Yeah, it's a cheap ass cart.
I'm going to do whatever Locke asked me to do then to assist.
Okay, so Locke, since they're yours, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me to try and get the lock and tackle just like set up.
Fair enough. Dang. Okay, I rolled really good. Okay, I rolled a 19, so that gives me a 24.
A 24. Okay. So you're fairly confident that the lock and tackle is set up correctly. And then you guys can hoist it up if you so desire.
That's the way to go.
Who's helping do that?
Llennoc go.
Yeah, Lockwell.
Llennoc? And Llennoc and Locke?
I mean, I can help
Anyone
too
else
if you
got
need-
any
if you
muscle?
need. I have +2 strength,
Oh.
so I.
And you're stronger than us.
I'm not very
Yeah.
strong, so if this requires strength, perhaps. And I'll look around at Derik.
Yeah.
Oh,
With your
did you
beefy
need me?
physique. Aye. Perhaps with those rippling muscles, you
Please-
give us a hand over
Yeah,
here.
please continue. Continue this description.
Okay, I will say if everyone's helping, 2 of you can make strength checks with athletics checks with advantage, please.
Well, they're doing that.
who's
I'm going to run
rolling it?
ahead.
I think Derik and Iliana, I think.
You're gonna run ahead, so you're gonna try and climb. Are you going up the path, or are you going like up the
That's not good.
cliff side to where?
I want to make sure that wherever we're putting the cart is going to like hold the cart, basically. Is going to, like someone needs to catch it.
So you're kind of at this
Or
point,
wrangle
because
it.
it's that stone is up on the side of the cliff. You're sort of like lifting the cart up to the edge, and so then you guys will have to go up there and then pick it up. And
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go ahead and make an athletics check for me to just climb up the side of the cliff.
I'm not like in a huge rush. 2.
You had a 2.
Yeah. I rolled a 3.
It's okay.
I'm not like rushing up there. I'm just like,
Sure. Well, at least you didn't roll a 1. So I will say, by the time they get the cart up to edge. You've just barely gotten to like the height of I think Locke is technically the tallest. Up the, it's really slick. It's covered in mud. It just went through a storm. You've only made it maybe a quarter of the way up the.
Yeah.
The
they'll wait for me.
As you go.
It'll be okay.
Yeah. What were those strength checks, guys?
That's a 5 total.
Oh my.
Oh, I got a 20, but it was, the 20 is unnatural, much like Llenoc's propensity for watching people have relations with Jefferson.
Wow.
A dirty 20. All right.
Yeah, oh indeed. That's another thing it shares with Llennoc. Yeah.
Okay, so that dirty 20 and a 5 along with the roll of the rock, because you only got an 11 on seeing it. You're about halfway up with the cart before you start to notice that the boulder is starting to like slowly like shift a little bit. It hasn't fallen, but it's starting to shift.
Oh, look.
What do we do? What do we do?
It's not steady enough. Let it down gently.
Okay, I will let down the cart gently.
Okay. Will
I
you
will
just make
attempt to
a
assist.
Okay, all right. Will you make a sleight of hand check at advantage since he's helping you do that, just to see if you can get it back down without it hurting?
Wow. That is a 9 total.
I mean,
9.
I'm better. Okay, never mind.
Okay. So, luckily, it lands with a thud, and you're a little bit worried that one of the wheels broke, but it looks like it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, shoot.
Smell is not good.
All right. Yes, that rock's not steady enough.
Pepino,
just
sorry.
to be clear, because the DM wants to make sure we clear this up. The spices that you guys picked up, they're literally just spices. So really, the cart is just carrying you guys and whatever your stuff you brought along, because the spices aren't a ton.
Oh no, we're like full on sunk cost fallacy here. Like we've been attempting to do this. We're getting this fucking cart across.
Yep.
Roll in.
That's fine. I
Nice.
just want to make sure it wasn't a Victoria problem. It was
Thank you.
Chose door number 1.
It's a
we're
your
sticking
problem,
with
not
door
my
number
problem.
1.
Pepino, had you mentioned out loud your thoughts on using levitate? Or was
I
that...
did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
What if we were to use your levitate to get the cart up there, Pepino? I think Iliana said we could walk the donkeys up. Maybe levitate with the cart. We can just push it up as we climb.
Sure. I mean, you can kind of just pull it like a heavy balloon.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I think I'd like to see that.
Okay.
Macy's Day Parade style.
Yeah. It's our float, our wagon float. Sure. Yeah, I'll cast levitate on the. Yeah, it's a loose object. It rises vertically 20 feet and remains suspended there for 10 minutes. So we have 10 minutes to do this. So it's Bookie. I'm gonna hand it to Iliana because she can probably move faster than me.
Okay. So is everyone moving up the cliff face
Yes.
with the... Okay.
Yep.
So I will need everyone to make athletics checks, and then I will need 2 people to make an additional animal handling check to get those donkeys up the cliff face with you.
Who wants to do
Iliana-
animal handling?
Not I. Oh, I'm not good with animals.
Well,
Oh,
I rolled
actually, I
Nice.
am. I didn't realize.
Oh God, I rolled a 5 for athletics.
I have a
So-
6 in total. Llennoc.
I have 15 athletics.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 14 athletics.
Mm-hmm.
7.
I'm already up there, right? Do I want me to roll again?
What was your... Yeah, will you roll one more time for me just to make sure? Because you were just going really slow.
16?
Yeah, okay. All right. So, Llennoc, Elxaris, and Locke, can I get a dexterity saving throw from all you guys?
Oh my gosh, I'm rolling so poorly tonight. 9 for
Hello.
Llennoc.
A 9? Okay.
Saving throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
12. Right?
12? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And Locke?
12.
12. Okay. So, Iliana, Pepino, and Derik, you guys make your way up. Iliana, you're like maneuvering the cart with you. You guys make it to the top, no issue. Locke and Elxaris, you guys are really struggling. You lose your hand holds several times, but you find them and you make your way back up. Llennoc, you have fallen on your butt back at the bottom. Another check. Did anyone get the donkeys up, or are we just leaving them?
No, Derik would have been moved by Pepino's description of their hopes and dreams and donkey aspirations. And would try and
they have families. They have favorite foods.
So let me roll.
Yeah, you make an ale handling, and then Llennoc make one more athletics check for me. See if you can do it.
My animal handling is not very good, so I'm just never going to tell you what I rolled.
I mean, I could try.
No, it's a natural 2. It's a 5.
Okay, a 5.
I'll come back down.
I'm down here, so seeing that he's trying and not going well, I'm just going to put my scary horned face in there anyway and give it a shot. Oh,
okay.
14.
14. Okay. So you get in these donkeys' faces, and they see Iliana and Elxaris, who have been so kind to them so far, and they like quickly start making their way up the cliff face, like little goats trying to get back up to.
I'm gonna yell, "Get up the damn hill!" I'm just gonna yell at them.
Yeah. And then what was that athletics check for me?
Who was athleticsing?
Llennoc, because he kept falling on his butt. He has not made it up the hill yet.
Oh my gosh, more ass banging.
Wow.
Anyway.
Okay.
That was right.
Okay.
A 5.
Wow.
A 5. Oh my goodness. I can't even fake that. Okay. Yeah, no, you cannot get up this damn cliff face.
I'm getting upset at myself now. I can't get up the damn hill. The donkeys can get up.
Yep.
Do you need a rope, Llennoc?
I would gladly accept a rope, Iliana.
I will take my rope out of my bag and try to extend it down to see if it reaches him.
Okay, yeah, it definitely reaches him. I mean, it's not that, it's not that high. Because you have a 50-foot rope, right?
Times. Sorry.
I guess I'm just holding it.
Yeah, okay. Are you trying to pull him up, or are you trying to steady yourself so that he can come up?
I'm not. I don't want him to don't put all your weight on it. Just use it to kind of help you kind of get up.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. Llennoc, make a check with advantage for me.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to find a different time here.
Because I have the rule of 3. If you can't do it in 3, then...
Nice. And it doesn't happen. 8.
You guys, the DC's only 10.
It was a 1
Just
and
walk
an 8,
through the mud.
Yeah.
Walk through the mud. It'll be fine.
Forget it. I'll walk around best I can.
Okay. All right, you start marching around. Locke, what's up?
Does no one up here have rope besides me?
I don't actually.
I have rope. I just extended rope.
Let's chuck it down to him.
Oh, she just did.
I did.
She already tried that.
You failed with rope.
I rolled a 2 and an 8.
Yeah.
Come
I
on,
have a
Nick.
minus. Yeah.
Yep. Rule of 3. Yep.
Oh, Horsey wants me to use his inspiration.
Well,
Okay.
He
If
just
it's not
wrap
too
it around
late.
himself and we can.
All right, so you have an 8. Okay. All right.
Let's see. Where's my... Oh, all right. That's a 10. Okay, plus 8, so 18.
18.
Wow.
All right, so 18. So yes, thank you, Horsey. Or
Thank
else
you,
we
Horsey.
would have half the night with Llennoc marching around the long way. All right, so you do make it up after a couple of false starts. You do make it up to the top of the cliff.
I have this vague imagery of a childhood friend that I used to affectionately call Horsey Toad, that would always climb ropes and just excelled at it and never gave up, even when he fell. I'm like, you know what? I've got this. That's how I make it up.
Feeling wonderfully inspired by your childhood friend, you make your way up. Everyone together again at the top of the cliff. And since we are only a little bit early, we'll go ahead and take our bio break since we're like right there.
Ah, nice.
We made it. All right.
Break time. All right, see y'all
Yeah,
soon.
now you guys have 10 minutes to think about what it is you're going to do when you get up here. So
We'll still have no idea.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
no. So if you're new to the channel, we're just going to take a quick 10-minute break, and we will be right back. Dan, is it just going to be a normal break?
I'll put the thing up.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So for our viewers, we're just going to have a little bit of a scenery change for you, so that way you don't have just blank silence. So enjoy it.
Yay. right, we're back. Woo!
All right.
10 minutes is up.
Most of us are back.
Yeah.
Most of us are back.
All of us are back. Yeah.
The good half is back.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep, yeah, we can say that now.
The sexy half.
Nice.
Well, they'll learn their lessons.
I hear you.
Oh, shit.
Nice, Randy. Yeah.
Well, I changed it on my notes. It now says Bardson's Berries.
Oh, really? Did you have a different name for it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Maybe one day we
Slow
might
death
discover.
fruit.
Yeah.
You never know. Hey, man, you are exploring a new
Slow
world.
and extremely painful death fruit. Shit yourself to death fruit. That's what it was called.
It was good while it lasted.
That's awesome.
Like life itself.
Oh.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love the intro screen, Victoria, and the be right back screen.
It's
Fantastic.
really good.
Oh,
Mhm.
you're welcome. You're
Really
welcome.
good.
Thanks for the inspiration on the pre-stream one.
Sure, yeah. It looks. I love it. It's amazing. Ooh, Half Donut's got a question for you, Vic.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Just wait, guys.
Yes, I did.
In a
yes,
few levels,
it's actually.
I'm going to be able to just teleport us past this bullshit. So we'll just be fine.
Oh,
I was
man.
thinking that a few more
Yes.
levels, we'd have all. Let's just fly. Beep 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 beep. And
Yeah.
Level 3 problems.
I love it. I'm sorry, Victoria.
I was looking at my spells and I was like, yeah, no, I got nothing. There's nothing.
Same. It's like,
Oh yes, Half Donut. I did do that art. It's just a composite of the overlay art that I did for them. So yeah.
That's awesome.
My gosh, we're all here except for not Victoria. All right.
Oh, wow. Hey, everybody.
Welcome back.
All right. So let's get back into it.
Ooh, should I do the TVMA warning again?
Oh God. Let's do it since we got started late. We'll reserve it for this time. But everybody hashtag After Dark. If you don't know by now, if you're joining us halfway through, I'm sorry. All right. Okay.
You've missed
So
so
you
many
guys have
battles. People that,
Yeah. So many.
Yeah. We're more sorry to the people that have been here the whole time. But
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Okay, so you guys have made it up to the top, and what I will be able to tell you that like it's easy to tell that you can probably follow the cliff face for the most part, and still see the road that you were coming in on, if you want to do that. And if you want to do anything else, I guess for the sake of brevity, since it's sort of at this point, it's probably approaching, dusk, just before dusk. So if anyone wants to do anything else, you can get it done. If not, we'll fast forward to camp time.
and our, I believe it was just Pepino and I that ate the Bardson's berries. Is that true?
That is true.
Okay. Are we still feeling like great?
Yeah.
am I how long do I not feel hungry for? At what point would I feel hungry?
Well, at this point, it's, about night and you still don't really feel hungry.
Well, Pepino's the type of guy that, like, he's like, I'm bored. Like, whatever, I'll eat something.
Sure.
And so he'll have another one.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Go ahead and eat another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It tastes the same. Probably it doesn't taste quite as great as the first one did, but no ill effects that you can tell of at the beginning. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Derik, these berries are great, by the way.
Well, they are aptly named.
I agree. All right. Let's just, I guess, proceed
Okay.
until
you guys
something
going-
comes up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, that's okay. So, so I was just going to describe. So you're on this cliff face. You can see it's like a sheer drop down to the road that you were on, and then another sheer drop down to the beach, and then to the north, so to your right hand side, you guys can see it's a really dense forest, and it's a mix of things like pine and oak and palm trees. It's pretty dense down at the bottom. You get the idea that it'd probably be pretty difficult to get into the forest. But the light is, you can see the sun just setting to the west, so just in front of where you're headed. So it's just starting to be nighttime.
All right.
Do I make my way back around?
Back around, yeah.
Oh no,
yes.
I did. I made it up the thing. That's right. I was going to walk around, but
Yes.
of course it's hit me.
Yes,
Sorry.
you made it up. Yeah. So you made it up. So this would be about the point that you would camp for the night if you were doing about the average of 8 hours of travel.
Sure. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself really quick before I go to bed.
Okay.
Whenever we decide to set up camp, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
That's fair. Noted. Okay. You guys just making camp on the road?
Does anyone else object to that?
Well,
Is it even getting dark yet?
It is. It's just starting to get. The sun
Okay.
is just starting to set. Yeah.
Great.
maybe just inside the forest, a little bit out of sight, but easy enough to get out to the clearing.
Well, last time when we needed a bit of shelter, did we not have Guillermo take a look for us? Perhaps there's a better place nearby.
Excellent idea. I'll let Guillermo free and I'll have him scout around.
Okay. Scout away with that perception check, or actually an investigation check, since he's like.
Okay. Actually, I don't know his investigation. I need to look that up.
Oh, I don't have that on my little cheat sheet.
Oh, so Victoria does have a flaw. I've been waiting. I've been waiting this whole time.
Guillermo is my flaw.
Your weakness is Guillermo.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's a -4, so
Oh shit.
15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
Guillermo scouts around, comes back, and indicates to you that, just round up the path. You can probably get yourselves and the donkeys into the forest. You probably can only get the cart just up to the edge. It's pretty dense. There's like palms and shrubs and ferns all low, but you can probably disguise it pretty easily, with some of the greenery that's around. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll relay that information to everyone.
Sounds fine.
Yeah.
I spaced out and didn't hear any of that, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what you guys
You
say.
didn't miss much, Derek. Don't worry
Do we
about it.
see
Yeah.
Gary?
Okay, great.
Do we see Gary?
Gary?
Guillermo. I
or-
think it's the
Guillermo.
Doesn't
Guillermo.
have Gary up.
We can call him Gary.
No. His name's Guillermo. I'll correct you every single time.
Who
His
is-
name is Guillermo.
Gary, perch upon my arm.
Do we see Guillermo?
Guillermo? Yeah. He's an orange owl. He flies around. Flies back into my jacket or into my vest when he's done. Yeah.
Like
He exists.
like the color orange?
Yeah, he's orange. Yeah.
Like not like
He's
a
canonically
brown,
orange.
just
Well, it's not
orange.
like he's not like a pastel orange. He's like
I mean,
Like,
you're
is he-
saying
yeah.
orange.
Is he a pumpkin colored orange?
Yes,
Like-
pumpkin colored orange.
Like
Pumpkin
Locke's hair.
spice or like a light pumpkin?
I would say like 2 weeks before ripe pumpkin. Like just
The
like
kind of greenish?
orange. No, like just not dark.
How long can we do this?
Here, I'll look
It's
up.
orange.
Here,
How long have you had the owl?
How long have I had him?
That's what I asked.
Okay, I looked up. Sorry, I looked up orange on a
Wait,
on a
what?
paint chart, and he is Rumba orange. If you guys
Google
want to Google
machine. Yeah, I do.
that.
This is important for my headcanon.
Yeah,
I need to know the CMKY, please.
I've had him.
Or
I've had
CMYK.
him. Guillermo has been in my life for about 8 years. Give
Where'd
or
you get him?
take.
Did you
How did
buy
I get
him?
him?
Yeah.
We just kind of found each other.
As so many do.
Yeah.
The owl found you.
Yeah. I called out for
You
a friend.
called out?
And he
For a friend?
came to me. Yeah.
That's
Did he ask who?
Kind of sad.
That was so terrible and great.
He has many times. Guillermo just thinks of big questions. That's what he's thinking. Who is it? Who am I?
I think we killed Victoria.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any questions about Guillermo? Before we
I
move
mean,
on.
Where did he study?
I haven't seen him until now, so I kind of didn't think that he existed.
No, you would have seen him many times. Earlier today, he flew up and found us a cave. He also did some math in front of us.
Where did he learn his arithmetic skills?
He has some quick algebra in front of us. He kind of.
Does he count with his talons when he does that? Is he like?
Yeah, he draws in the dirt.
Can we make a Guillermo real, please? I just want to meet him.
Yeah, I'll open him and it'll fly on my shoulder and it'll just hang out.
I'm gonna start a fire over here, and I'm gonna just head over and build a little campfire and use thaumaturgy to light it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Great.
I will help Llennoc.
Okay.
I cast Gust to mess with Guillermo.
That's rude. Wouldn't that just hit me too? Because he's on me.
Yeah, how accurate can you be with guns?
Let's see.
Are you blowing the smoke from the fire here?
No, it's just one creature that I choose.
Why are you attacking my bird? Why are you attacking
You don't know
my
it's
best
me.
friend?
You don't know it's me.
How do I not know it's you?
Can I stealth?
You can certainly try. Yeah.
I love that.
Pepino, roll a perception check against yourself.
Behind me, what?
I would love to see you try to beat this.
19.
Yeah, right. I got a 10.
That was a really good poker face. I was waiting for the 20.
Actually, Guillermo rolled a 19. I rolled a 13.
Oh, okay. Still.
Yeah.
This one's going home.
You definitely notice Elxaris, trying to be subtle about it, but not gusting a cantrip.
What are you doing? Why are you?
What? Nothing.
Nothing. What did he do to you? What did he do to you?
Nothing. What? Llennoc, you need me? Okay.
Who are you talking to? Why are you
looking around?
I can't look over.
I said Llennoc.
Hey.
He was calling me over. Okay, I'm here.
Okay. So as you guys prepare for the night, are you guys going to take shifts for watch? Or are you guys just going to go to sleep? What are you guys doing?
I will take a shift.
I'll take first shift. Bit of a night owl.
Owl, like Guillermo.
Mm.
I would, if I could get away with it, I'd attempt to not take a shift.
Okay. So we'll do it this way. The people on first, the first shift, go ahead and make perception checks for me.
Ooh. Yeah. Let's see. 19 for Llennoc.
Okay.
Am I on first shift with him?
Sure, if you want to be.
Sure. What was the roll again, Victoria?
Just a perception check, please.
That is a 15 total.
Okay. You don't see anything that really catches your eye as dangerous or anything. I will say, Llennoc, you probably out in the ocean, you see, at one point in the evening, you see these beautiful, glowing orbs that are just kind of floating on the ocean. They're quite distant, and then, the night takes them and you don't see them anymore. But other than that, it's a pretty easy night.
I'm going to make a sketch of those in my book.
Okay, you make a sketch. All right. All right, second shift. Anybody?
I'll do second shift.
Okay.
I'll do it too.
Okay. I'll do third shift.
You know what? I'm out.
Oh my god, I fogged up my glasses.
Amazing.
You know what? I'll do second shift with you. Let's do some team building exercises. We can do trust falls.
You guys need that.
We'll work on this.
Sure.
Me, you, and Greg will all do trust falls. Greg will catch you.
Wait, can Greg actually
No.
do that?
No.
No.
Out of game, no. Greg can't. Greg cannot do that.
No. All right. Perception checks for Pepino and Elxaris and
And Guillermo.
is Greg out?
Guillermo's out. Greg is no one's seen Greg in a couple days.
Sure.
Or
well, he
ever.
had a couple of copper to spend, so.
I haven't
I
met him
didn't
yet.
I did not roll well. Guillermo got an 11 and I got a 6.
I got a 6 too. Oh,
Okay.
we're twinning.
Now you've bonded.
Oh, we bonded.
Yeah. So the two of you kind of have a nice little evening around the fire.
Just
Guillermo-
staring at each other, just like
Yeah, just staring at each other
Longingly.
awkwardly.
Like, no, longingly.
Oh,
They're my one
longingly,
eye.
not awkward.
Yeah, one eye.
They're my one eye.
Yep, there you go. As Guillermo kind of flutters around, but he's really more worried about keeping an eye on Elxaris to make sure that she doesn't gust
he's
cans
like
with him again.
he's like giving her the side eye every time he leaps by. He's just like,
For sure. So he's a little bit distracted.
yeah.
So you guys don't notice anything, but nothing happens on your shift.
All right, we'll wake up the next people.
Okay. So Locke, you get woken up, and then do you guys wake up Derik?
Oh, I do. For sure.
All right.
Here's how I'm going to do it.
What?
Come
Gently,
over.
gently, right?
Oh, no.
Tenderly, just whisper sweet nothings till he
I'm
wakes up.
going to use the harmless sensory effect to gust some dirt up his nose and tickle it to where he has to sneeze himself awake. And slowly walk away.
All right.
Yes. I mean, that's automatic?
I mean, make a Constitution
okay.
saving throw, I guess. Yeah.
Sure,
Just
okay.
Make sure you.
To see how well you breathe.
Don't get a nat
dirt.
20. What's my... See how well I breathe dirt. What's my dirt breathing modifier? 15
It's,
total.
+3. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. You'll probably wake up with a little bit of the sneezes, but I would say that it probably does not disturb you. The 15.
Okay, so I guess I would sneeze some and sort of sit up and look around, and then if not prompted for anything, would lay back down and try and go back to sleep.
Okay. All right, Locke, are you gonna try and wake up your buddy, or are you gonna do it?
Since we're screwing with him using magic, I may as well.
I guess I asked for it.
Did he agree to be the third watch, or were you just like, I don't want to do it?
I'm just not volunteering to do it. If someone told me I needed to.
Okay.
So what are you doing, Locke?
That's too mean. I don't want to hurt him. I'll just nudge him with my foot.
Not the gnomes. And then I would see Locke, who isn't one, and like, what?
It's our turn to keep watch.
Okay. And I would follow my handsome bard friend out into the wherever it is someone keeps watch.
So you
Around
follow
the
him
camp.
a couple of steps away to
Yep.
stay in the camp. Yep.
This is a long walk. Oh, my legs are tired.
You sit down. Okay. All right. Can you both make a perception check for me?
Sure. $10.
I got an 18.
19. All right. So, Derik, you're struggling to stay awake, but you feel like you did a pretty good job of, keeping watch. Everything.
I probably
seems-
did, didn't I?
Yeah,
Wow.
for the evening. Locke, you as well. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary, nothing in particular at this hour, but you also feel pretty confident that you did a good job. So
Cool.
Okay. So the morning greets all of you. You made it through the first night. And what I will say is that because we have 6 more days ahead of us, and we don't want to take 10 more sessions to do that.
No, we can do it.
How many landslides do we run into on the way there?
Well, since there was only the one cloud giant storm, that was the only one. But what I will have you can everyone roll me a d12, please?
Oh.
I got a 3.
Okay.
I also got a 3.
Oh, nice.
Twinsies.
1 from Elxaris. Okay, great.
Llennoc has a 6.
6, great.
3 for Iliana.
3 for Iliana. Ooh. You guys, just because it's my favorite number, it doesn't mean you have to say it all the time. What you got, Locke?
8.
8. All right. So if there's anything that you want to accomplish on these 6 days, you certainly can, but the rest of the trip goes uneventfully as you approach Vadras.
So there were no negative side effects to eating 2 Bardson's berries.
No, there were no negative side effects. Next morning you
Of course
woke
there
up
weren't.
hungry. Yeah.
Why would there be negative side effects to anything Bardson related?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to
If you
continue
so choose.
my cartography stuff, just sketching everything I can take in.
Okay.
As we go on.
Has that happiness feeling worn off though? Presumably.
Yeah, like in
Okay.
So Llennoc, I will say just make 2 I guess sleight of hand checks with your cartography skills at advantage for me for the rest of the time. And then for Derik, in the morning you feel about as hungry as you feel normally when you wake up.
Okay. So everything's normal.
Everything's
At least as far
normal.
as I know. Okay, cool. Not that I had any doubts, obviously.
No.
Sure, yeah.
Iliana will probably practice her violin when she has a chance.
Ooh.
Okay, great.
When she can step away kind of from the group. So it would be like during rest or whatever.
During rest. Okay. I will make a note of that.
If I hear that, I'll appreciate it from a respectable distance.
I don't think you'll be appreciating it because she doesn't know it that well. So.
Nice.
Actually, just make a performance check for me. And then what are you doing, Llennoc?
I got a 7 and a 20.
A 7 and a 20. Okay. All right. So you do a lot of just sort of confirming of the current path. You're making a little bit more notes on how dense the forest is, since it looks like most people take the actual path versus up top where you guys are. That's pretty good. How about you, Iliana?
13.
13? Okay. I would say with a 13, you're doing okay. You're not offensive in any way.
Great.
So, yeah, you're getting some good practice hours in. So, all right. Anyone else? No?
Yeah, Locke will be. If we're ever close enough to water that he can do some fishing, he will. If we're near it, and we have a minute to do that, like in the evening, just to fish up some dinner if possible. If not, that's fine. He will be practicing his lute, just a lot, I guess.
Okay. Sure. I'll say probably on the last night, the cliff is finally starting to come down and it's safe enough for you to, traverse down without any issue, and you fish. And so that last evening on the road, all of you get to enjoy the bountiful harvest of Locke's fishing. So you're not having to eat rations that night.
Yeah, I actually catch enough fish for 10 people.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
Nice.
wow.
Thank you, Locke.
So we have some extras.
Cool. Thanks for destroying the local natural economy there.
Well, I
No.
got an extra one for Guillermo.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'm sure you like a little fish.
I thought.
Wait,
Locke
does
hated
Guillermo
fish.
eat?
No, Guillermo doesn't eat, but he
Oh, okay.
appreciates the gesture.
Of course
Exactly.
he would.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the idea. You could probably feed the donkeys. They'll probably be pretty happy about it.
Yeah, I'll slide it to the donkeys.
Oh, I forgot about the donks. Hey, do you think donks would like some Bartson berries?
Yes.
We have a couple left, don't we?
Were you eating one every day? Were you eating?
I've only had. Actually, I have 2 with me that I have not eaten that I took from the wagon, and so I would again. My friend Pepino has told me about how difficult it is to be a donkey and how people don't appreciate, what you want in life, and so I would offer each of them my berries.
They will eat them.
Oh yes, and do their mouths like tickle on my hand? You know how when you feed animals, it's delightful.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
This is wonderful. Yeah. Is there somewhere I can wash my hands now? Because actually, it's gross. Now that I think about it.
Sure. Well, you can wash up your hands. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So you guys you're descending down the slopes that are slowly bringing you back to where the road meets, and you hit the road, and you actually, I would say about mid to late afternoon on the last day, you approach the city of Vadras. So, Dan, if you don't mind throwing up the map.
Oh, shoot.
Of what are we doing? Vadras, you said?
Yeah, Vadras, please. So as you approach, you guys notice that it's, a relatively simple town, much like some of the parts of Harasa. It's been built up with what looks like used or reclaimed pieces of stone and wood. It's surrounding it looks like it's surrounding like a little cove. And as you're coming down the hill, you can tell that the village has only grown so far before it reaches what looks like marshlands. And now it looks like it's sort of spreading this other direction because it can't go into the marshlands at all. So, yeah, you guys are entering into town.
How busy is the town? Like, how popping is it? At
this time of day, you don't really see a whole lot of people milling about. I think that probably what you do sense, though, is that as you're approaching, mixed with sort of that tropical breeze that you guys have sort of gotten used to, is the scent of pigs and this almost sulfuric smell. But that's really their, you in the distance, you might see 1 or 2 people passing by on the street, but there really aren't a lot of people running around town right now.
It has a sulfuric smell.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, this place smells like farts, but it smells bad.
Amazing. Do I notice any sort of constabulary force here?
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Let me move that image over. All right, perception. 8.
8?
Yeah.
I would say you are kind of taken aback by the scent and are not really paying attention and don't necessarily notice anyone or any buildings with that.
Oh, okay.
Nope. So when you guys are looking at the map, you guys are coming in on the bottom part of it from the right-hand side.
Okay.
So
Okay. So it's like a little peninsula. No. Okay. Is there anything significant about that rock that's like floating out to the west of the bridge?
Oops.
Make a quick perception check for me.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't give it more thought than like, oh, there's like.
Oh, then it just looks like a a break off of the.
Okay.
Yeah, and you've been seeing those sort of like break offs of the shore all the way along. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go find the Balthazar family. They're here, right? This is the city that they're in? I just wanted to double check.
Yes, this is the city they're supposed to be in, yeah.
All right, yeah. should we just ask the next person we see, or do we know? Do we have Llennoc, did you get an address?
I've got nothing. Yeah, no, I don't know. Would I have? I'm sure I would have asked. I just don't know if he would have given any kind of details that.
Yeah. I think he probably would have explained that, that he did say that they were running the bakery in town. You guys are noticing as you're walking in, it looks pretty residential on this side of town.
Okay.
And you can tell from across the cove, even though it's a little ways away, there's like the bridge, or you could walk all the way around the cove. It looks like the commerce side of the town is on the other side, so you're probably going to guess that it's on that side of town.
That's probably on that side of town over there, Pepino. Looking for a bakery.
All right. And I didn't meet their son. How was he? Like, can you give me like the gist?
Short.
Nice.
An attitude.
Yeah. Sorry, Iliana, what was that?
I said he seemed nice enough.
So you thought he was nice, and then Llennoc, you thought he had an attitude?
Busy. He was busy.
Was it a nice attitude? Or
It was a busy attitude.
Abrupt. Very brief answers.
Is it perhaps because he was working?
Yeah,
Okay.
likely so.
And then we just really quick, we did double check what was in the bags, right?
Oh, I believe I gave the spice a test. If not, then I definitely would have done that on the
I
trip.
don't think-
Or if I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You did say that last
Pepino,
session.
that's a fantastic idea. And I'm going to take a dip and give it like a sniff test before I, do
Okay.
like a cocaine dab.
Just cocaine, give me an investigation check, will you?
Okay. All right. Don't fail me now. Oh, it failed me. 8. Roll was a 3.
An 8?
Yeah, but 8 in total.
Okay. Yeah. They seem like spices. Yeah.
They seem.
Okay. I'm gonna.
You rolled an 8, man. They seem like spices.
Just gonna
Yeah.
dab a little bit on my tongue and see.
Lyanna watches to see if he passes out.
Yeah, I'll try it too, if that's okay. Llennoc, if that's okay, I don't want to.
All right, let me know if I get a little loopy or anything, or more so than usual.
Do you
If you
even
start
spice?
growing barnacles.
Nice, Alex.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Okay. Natural 1 for my
Yeah.
roll.
They
It's
seem.
pepper.
Yeah. Just seem like
It's
spices.
just pepper.
Yeah. Most exotic ingredient there is probably garlic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's get this guy his spices.
Glad we could figure that out.
I as well, Iliana. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay.
And,
Are you guys going across the bridge, or are you going around the cove?
Yeah, the quickest to be across the bridge. Does
Yeah.
the bridge
Right.
look sturdy?
It does. It looks about 10 feet wide. So it looks wide enough that you could probably get 2 carts by if you absolutely had to.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You guys make it across the bridge without issue. You come across and you see in front of you the first building that you see when you cross the bridge. It's just a 2-story, looks like a guild hall, has a similar sort of sign to it as the assembly. And then as you turn that corner, you see what looks like a tavern. And I'll say that, it's pretty easy to see that next to the tavern, there's a bakery down there. So.
Do I spot the name of said tavern?
You do. It is the Nail and Crow.
Okay.
I'm noticing a trend of all the bars here having like one noun followed by another noun.
Interesting. I'll just make a note of that in my journal. Do I see the bakery?
Yeah, it's just past. It's not a large town, so it's easy to see it just next to the.
Oh, there's a bakery over there.
We head
I
on down
think.
there.
Let's go,
I
donkeys.
know where we're
Yeah.
going to be for the next 2 real-life hours.
All right.
So you guys approach the bakery. It looks actually very similar to Balthazar's in Harasa. It looks like when you guys approach, you can see through the glass there is a very small front counter where they have a few items in there, but it's mostly set up for baking. And in there, you see a couple of people moving around back in the back that look like they're cooking, but that's about all.
Okay. Well, should we all head in then, or do we want to split up and find some lodgings? And what do y'all think?
I think that's good.
I can safely say that I think these people would love to meet every single one of us.
Let's not go that far.
Or do you have anything in mind with that?
Should we put together a little number as we enter to leave a better impression?
Iliana just walks in.
All right. Grab a bag of spice.
Ding. You walk in, and a red dragonborn woman kind of like looks up from what she's working on and says, "Oh, hey, darling, how can I help you?"
Hello there, I'm just here with some friends. Is the bakery, are there tables inside, Victoria?
There are just 2 small tables that have like 2 chairs apiece that are right in the front. It's not very large at all.
Are there people sitting at the tables?
Nope, it looks empty at the moment. Yep.
They'll be in a moment. Iliana will sit down as well.
All right. Well, just holler when you're ready. All right.
Definitely will.
All right.
And I'll wait. I'll just watch the door.
We're gonna
Derek,
take our time.
Derek is
We're gonna
Derek is
slowly
concerned.
unload.
Derek is concerned that this dragonborn woman is actually Jefferson in disguise. Is he able to discern whether or not that is true?
It's a totally natural response to meeting a stranger.
Make an insight check.
Are you like visibly paranoid?
Yeah. Insight. Okay. Oh shit. 23.
You are fairly
The only thing I
confident.
care about is that she's
Yeah,
Jefferson.
you're fairly confident that this dragonborn woman is a dragonborn woman.
Who's also wait? Is Jefferson secretly a dragonborn woman that was
No,
disguised as a
no.
human before?
You're fairly confident that this is a dragonborn
Oh.
woman who is not Jefferson.
Okay, so I would visibly relax and go sit down.
Nice.
Do you just get like super intense and like put your face up to the glass window?
Yeah.
Just like, yeah,
I'll bring
Okay,
the
I feel a lot
bag of
better.
spices in.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll help if it needs help, but if not, I'll just.
Oh, all right. Welcome all. Welcome. Can I get any of you anything?
I'm looking for the Balthazars.
Oh, well, you found them. How can I help you?
Oh, well, I met your son back in Tarasa, and I have a delivery for you on behalf of he and the assembly. And I'll plot down the spices.
Oh, all right. And you will see her take them and kind of shuffle through them and like feel the bags. Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much for doing that. And she'll stick them back behind. How? Who do I have the pleasure of meeting did this?
Well, the name's Llennoc, and here we have, and I'll kind of point, let everyone do their introductions if they want.
Iliana.
Wonderful. It's so wonderful to meet all of you. I appreciate this. You said the assembly sent you to bring me spices?
Oh, this is just a favor on our part. The assembly is here on a different matter. May I ask your name, ma'am?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's Coriana.
So you're Coriana Balthazar?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's a pleasure. Do you have do I see anyone else aside from all of us in here?
The only other person that you would see is there's clearly someone working in the very far back, but it's a very long, skinny building. So they probably haven't heard you over the machines that they're using to make.
Okay.
Bread.
Well, wondering if you if this is a good place to speak about some business the assembly has sent us here to assist you with.
Yeah, I mean, it's the middle of the day. Everyone's out working, so sure.
All right. Locke, take it away. And I'll turn to Locke and just...
I'll like pat him on the back. Like, all right.
And I'm going to start keeping an eye on the other person and anyone walking by.
Okay, all right.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, you're muted. Right.
I was eating. I didn't want everybody to hear me chewing. I forgot.
Oh, sorry.
Locke is outside, and he did not go in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well,
He's
I'll
actually
turn around
looking around town.
and like, oh.
Okay.
Well, that's awkward. My apologies. Well, it seems that there's you've had some trouble with goods to the city being taken, stolen, or otherwise, and we're here to hopefully put a stop to that.
Well, I suppose you can say that they're being stolen. They leave town, and we don't hear word back that they're making it back to Harassa. And then they send another batch of you, and then you disappear, and nothing ever makes it back.
How many batches of us have there been, ma'am?
Oh, well, I guess officials like you, just the one, but you know, they've sent other merchants to pick up the goods and bring them back.
I see. Well, can you give us any information, or have there been any attacks on the town, or it's just a simple mystery where off they go and they never reach their destination?
Well, we've had a one or two people go missing from the town, but you know, they were headed out on the road a little further out to do a little bit of I guess survey work, and they never made it back, but I don't know if it's related or not.
I see. How long has this been going on? When did it start?
Oh, this probably started about a few months ago.
All right. And do you have any thoughts on who or what it might be? Anyone looking to undermine the town or otherwise?
No. Everyone just disappears, so it's hard to tell. You know, nothing comes back here, nothing leaves.
All right. Well, I'll turn back to those that are in here. Alex, what do you make of this? Do you have any questions for Ms. Balthazar here?
Do you have any coffee, tea?
Oh, Alex.
Like,
That was the appropriate segue. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Yes, and you see her sort of like brighten up. You know, the questions sort of had her kind of, you know, nervous and a little bit taken aback. But yes, of course. Let me. You want coffee or tea?
Both.
Actually,
Both.
there's this fine delicacy like that I tried not too long ago, and you put like coffee and tea and you mix it together, and it's like amazing. They called it something, but
Derek Bartson.
It's a Derek Bartson.
Oh,
Can you do that?
Oh,
Iliana's just shaking her head.
All the rage.
certainly can try. I
all the
can
rage.
certainly
It is
try.
delicious.
I mean,
All right.
Two points.
it's just
Let me
like,
get one more. Actually, make it. Can we do 6?
oh, I'm not paying for everybody.
Yes, you. Come now.
I
Do
only
you
want
remember?
one.
I heard tell of you not paying Pepino on several occasions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I do. I know exactly what he's
I
talking
still
about.
don't know what you are talking about. All I know is that I would like a Derek Bombardston thing.
Derek
Iliana.
Bombastic, I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't bloody know.
Derek Bombastic.
I think it was called a Derik drink.
Mr.
Well,
Fantastic.
that's when you drop the shot into it. Derik Bombastic.
Ugh, that sounds terrible.
Elxaris, can you please
Yeah,
make a persuasion check for me? She's making sure that you're not fucking with her.
That's a 5.
A 5? Okay, yeah, she rolled a 13. So, yeah. You're being honest. You really want this drink, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I really
okay.
do.
Oh, all right, dear.
But just for me, these other heathens don't really know how to drink it.
All right, and she'll kind of look at you guys. You tell her
When I say
to-
heathens, I mean friends.
You did say Ethan, sorry.
I don't.
So
I
we
have
don't.
no control over my mouth. I'm
So we don't know how to drink things.
Is that what I said? I don't know.
It is what you said.
I just
You
want to
know-
know how many.
Is it that we can see with both eyes? Is that the problem?
What are you? Are you trying to imply something?
Do you think it's more difficult to bring a cup to the lips?
Yeah, she just
With
misses
the extra
constantly,
difficulty?
just the depth perception.
Don't stand behind her when she's taking a drink.
Oh god.
I
I take
but
it
no,
back. Heathens.
I will offer to buy a Derek Bardson for the rest of the group.
Oh, you're so kind.
Why is she
So
fine?
kind.
if you
You're
do it?
so sweet. Put mine on.
No.
He just said for the rest of the group, and I am a part of this group.
You're
I
not
am
part of the rest of the group.
Derik, thank you so much for buying me this most wonderful drink. Thanks.
I do appreciate a little bit of praise, and so why not?
Wow.
She will pull 6 Derek Bardsons out and make them onto the counter. And
Thank you.
that'll be 6 copper for the.
Actually, it'd be 4. Because Locke isn't there and Iliana walked out.
Wait, where'd Locke go?
So it'll be.
Wait, where's Locke?
I thought Locke was here.
Oh, yeah, he
Yeah.
went
And
around
he's
town.
He's
walking around town.
Outside.
Oh,
But
fine.
you
Fine,
should-
only 4.
No. Do
We should
do-
deliver them.
Shut up! I am talking.
You are right, both as a character and as Steven the person.
I'm
I
looking
doubly
at the shop.
apologize.
I'm looking at
I'm
the
doing this
shopkeep
in
and I'm like,
character.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about this.
That was totally in character. I'm sorry.
All right.
No, it didn't.
Alright.
It didn't make me. I was like, you know what? I spoke over her, and that's.
I'm
fine.
gonna look at the shopkeep. I'm gonna say it's a program where we allow someone to join us who's not as equipped as the rest of us. It's just like
Wow.
a foundation we work for. We're
Oh.
just trying to get her. We're trying to integrate her into society.
Wow.
You know, we're trying to get her to
It's
work on her
Make a
social
Wish,
skills.
Make a Wish
Yeah.
Foundation, and
All
Yeah.
all
right.
she
Can I-
wanted
can I
to do
cast-
is deliver spices.
All right. So
Can I
as
cast
you guys are
Gus
having
on
this
you?
conversation, Locke, what are you doing?
Locke isn't going to go too far. He wanted to kind of sort of look around just the close area. What he's looking for is, since this town is attached to water, he's looking for wherever the dock area is, because that's where he's going to go find some information in a bit. And just kind of see if he can figure out. I mean, I assume this town itself is fairly new, but he wants to see like where the nicer buildings are, where the not so nice buildings are.
Okay. All right. So I would say
He's not gonna
with
go
his
far.
background, yeah, I would say with his background, he has a pretty good idea that at this point in time of the day, if he goes down to the docks, he's probably not going to find anybody because they're all out. In this small of a town, anyone who's attached to the docks or fishing are probably out in the water, right? So if he went down there, he probably wouldn't find very many people, if anyone at all. But go ahead and make an investigation check for me for the rest of it. And then Iliana, at what point did you step out of the building?
It was halfway through that whole exchange. Iliana was just done. She left.
Okay. And is she going to do anything in particular? Or is she just hanging out outside?
Does she? I think I'm going to look for a bookshop. If there's one, do I see a bookshop in this town?
I I would say that it's small enough that you look around and you don't really see anything that's considered like a bookshop, you know.
Okay.
Basic smithy. There's not a whole lot here.
Do I see lock?
Yeah, I would say that it's easy to find lock. Yeah.
I will go join lock.
Okay. All right. So you step up to Locke just as he mentally rolls a...
I rolled a 17, but it's an 18. So one more 17
All right,
for the night.
Okay, all right. So having walked through the residential part of town, and then up here, you can tell that the building that has the Assembly's crest on it is a pretty well built building. In fact, it probably was made from relatively new building materials. The tavern is pretty well built. This building and the Smith, what looks like the Smith building, you know, just because of the smoke and things just around the corner, look relatively okay. And then the residential portion of town, from what you walked through, it looks like it was probably built pretty quickly and probably first.
Right.
Yeah.
More the pioneer area of town, and then that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But there was no gate around town the way that there was in Harassa. Really, the only feat of engineering is this, 60-foot bridge that you guys crossed to get through across the cove.
Yeah, is the bridge does it look ramshackle, or it's pretty sturdy?
No, of all things, the bridge probably looks the strongest. Right?
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like and just from looking around, you get the idea that it's probably a pain in the ass to walk all the way around the cove, and the town is really more just split into the two on either side of the bridge. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
So what are you up to, Locke?
Just getting in the lay of the town. Is it honestly taking them that long to hand over a package?
Well, they went in to hand over a package, but they've since started ordering some coffee and tea.
Of course they have.
If you would like some, I think they ordered extra, but yeah.
Well, that's sweet of them. Yeah, I was just getting an idea of how the town's laid out, and
There's
where
no
might be a
bookshop.
good place to get information.
There's
No, I
bookshop.
think this place is a bit too small for a bookshop. It's sort of a pioneer city.
I mean, I think every town needs a bookshop, in my opinion.
Do you enjoy reading?
Yes.
Interesting.
I enjoy reading all sorts of books.
Really?
History books. Journals.
Fascinating. I wouldn't have guessed that about you. You're such a physical being, soldier past. Carry yourself with athletic grace and strength. Wouldn't think you were the type to sit in a corner and lounge about reading a book for pleasure. I'm a bit surprised.
Well, I mean, you had to find some way to pass the time back at the Chantry. It got a little, boring sometimes. You can't be fighting all the time.
True. Good point.
So,
And I suppose they'd have plenty of books at a chantry.
Yes, they have plenty of books. Plenty. So you got to do a bit of reading, They don't make much for conversation, those types, so...
Were they like cloistered monks or clerics, the regular
you
sort?
had some monks, you had some people in the High Council. I dealt with the Chantry as well as the religious types, as well as the more hired officials. The person over the land that I was in, he, very religious type.
I suppose that makes sense. So, the hierarchy then, where you're from, like a secular state of sorts? The church in charge?
For the most part, yes. They pretty much kind of handled the king's decisions. The king looked to the church, and so a lot of the decisions were made by the church.
Makes sense with Torm. Keeping order, peace,
Yes,
through
Torm's-
force if necessary, of course.
Yes, absolutely. It's a good god.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Where'd you learn the violin?
I just picked it up. I thought I should have something, I didn't bring any books with me. I didn't have any on hand at the time. I wasn't sure when I'd get a book, so I thought, well, why don't I just pick up the violin? So I bought one and just practiced a bit on the ship. Practice when I can. And, yeah. Have you ever played an instrument? Do you play an instrument at all?
Well, you've heard me play my lute
Oh, that's
multiple
right.
times.
You have a lute, but do you
and
play
it's
anything
strapped to
else?
my back.
Right, absolutely.
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Oh!
I'm done with this campaign.
I don't tell jokes
Bum,
often,
bum,
but when I do,
Yeah.
Oh
They're
my-
mic drop.
I'm usually
You
not
are
very good with
brilliant. Absolutely lovely.
Bravissimo.
Yes, I play a couple other instruments, the shawm and the dulcimer. Never picked up the violin, but I can't imagine the fingering is too different from my lute. I'd be happy to show you a few things.
them. Oh, absolutely.
Excellent, that could be fun. Yes, I get it. Yeah, the lute.
Right.
You're very
And very what? I'm sorry, you're...
amusing.
Oh. Well, not usually, but sometimes.
Well, when you get a pun like that, I mean, it's too ripe of a berry not to pick.
How did you try any of the berries?
No, I was a bit worried about them, to be
I
honest.
was a word. Even though they say that it's good, I'm not sure that I can trust Pepino and Derik to be telling me the truth sometimes. I get a little worried. I didn't. I still have a couple. I looked in my pocket and they're like all squished, probably. Well, I did have two.
Well, we could ask the locals about them. They might know about them as well. And I imagine we're going to be talking to a lot of people, just trying to find out what's going on.
Oh, yeah. I imagine so.
Are they still honestly in there?
Well, let's go and check on them.
Yes, let's corral them before they move in and start baking things or whatever they do.
Ah, yes, Pepino.
So as you guys head back to check on the rest of the group, Elxaris is just telling Derik to shush.
Yes, because I was gonna ask, what's her face, the dragonborn lady. Do you do to-go cups? Like-
No, dear.
Like,
No.
oh man.
Do you have somewhere to be, Elxaris?
Do you?
No.
Okay. No, I was gonna get, he ordered all these drinks and I was going to pass them along to our other friends. But I guess not. That's fine. It's fine.
It's very thoughtful of you.
I know.
Were you going to say they were from you?
Oh.
Yeah.
She was going to say she paid for him, too.
I think it was
duh.
thoughtful of me.
It was very thoughtful of you, Derek. All right, let's finish these drinks. Let's get out of this kind lady's hair.
Coriana, I must ask, is your spouse around in town? I might ask them some questions.
Of course, he's just back here. Let me go get him for you.
Oh, thank you.
And you hear her yell, Jacques. His name is Jacques. And she goes and gets him. And
Jacques
he
Cousteau?
is, you see another red dragonborn male come up, dressed similarly as Coriana. Hi. Did you need some help?
Yes, sir. And I'll just sort of ask him the same questions, get a feel for if he knows anything, any details, anything might be helpful.
Okay. I will say, because we're still new at sort of like playing with each other, I will say I'm going to give you a hint. Make an insight check
Okay.
to see. if you pick up anything different, because he answers the same questions the same way.
Ooh, 18.
18. Okay. You get the idea that there is something that's not. It's not that he's like outright lying to you, but there's certainly something that's maybe by omission that now that you think about it, Coriana probably also gave you some information that was missing some information.
I'm going to just sort of look exasperated intentionally to try and unsettle them for a minute. Coriana, Jacques, if I may, we're here to help. Your son said many good things about you. We have the backing here of the assembly. As a private investigator, I can usually tell if someone's leaving something out, and I can tell you more times than not that is only counterproductive to the investigation. If you can fill me in on whatever it is that you're not saying, it'll help us greatly to help you.
Are you trying to be persuasive or intimidating?
Persuasive.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Alex is just doing this.
Another 18.
We could all hear this, right? Like this was a clearly audible conversation to the room.
I'm doing it regular voice.
Yeah, I'm
gonna like run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run interference to make sure Derek doesn't like interrupt. I'm gonna be like, Derek, how's your coffee? How's everything?
Oh, it's actually quite fine.
Yeah.
It's half coffee, half tea. That's Derek Martin.
It is. Thank you for reminding me. And I'm just gonna like make small talk with him just to make sure he doesn't like start talking about like Jefferson.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jacques stands there kind of like, you clearly didn't have any sort of effect on him. Coriana kind of looks at her husband and looks at you and kind of like looks off into the distance out past your direction, out the door.
Okay.
And says, You're not the first of your kind to come out and look for him. All right.
Oh.
But that information is not to leave this room.
Understood. We're here to help you. And anything you say here, we'll keep to ourselves. How many others have gone looking?
There have been several groups, like probably 2 or 3 others. 3.
All right.
They've only been groups of 4 or 5, never 6. Clearly they're sending more on purpose.
If I may,
Yes.
I'm gonna like look at us and be like, I don't mean in comparison to us, but how capable were those groups?
Wait, why not in comparison to us?
Just
Because that could go either direction.
how like did they look like they knew how to fight?
There were certainly some fighters in those groups, yeah.
Okay.
And I take it they never made it back to town.
Is there anyone else, marshal or mayor or anyone that's would be in charge of here locally of this sort of thing that we need to speak to as well?
Well, I would say here's the deal. We're in a small town, and really, we had a representative at the assembly, Fenn, but she was one of the people that went missing when she went out on her survey. Yeah. So really, no one's been in that assembly building since she left.
I see. What was her name? Fenn. What's her last name?
Oh, Fenn.
Wolford.
Oh, what the? Victoria. It's gonna be Fenn's split arrow because I can't read what I wrote down.
Okay. Can you give me a basic description of Fen, just in case we come across her while we're looking?
Oh, of course. She's a pretty strong gnome woman. She has bright red hair. You really can't miss it. And she always wears her uniform. And she describes the uniform that Rory and the other guys were wearing. And
Ooh, okay.
so, look, they always take the same path. The path that I assume you took when you were heading back here.
And I'll take out my map. This right here.
Yes, of course. Yes, that's it right there. And none of them ever left without supplies. They always went on the road. So it was probably a long, slow journey.
Understood. And Fen, she's trustworthy. You find her trustworthy.
Well, yeah, I mean, she was only here for a few weeks before she disappeared, but she seemed all right.
Understood. So this is a matter that you'd prefer we keep down on the down low.
I mean, most people won't tell you that there were other groups like you.
Understood.
What's it down low?
Why is it so important to you, if I may ask, that we don't let it be known that people are missing?
What's there to hide?
Oh, it's not that people aren't supposed to know that there are people missing. It's more that we were told not to say that there were other groups like you before. That's all.
By who?
By the assembly.
And hypothetically, this is by no means a threat. No, I'm being completely honest. I'm not. What did they say they would do to you or do if they found out you had been more candid with people?
Most of us came here at the expense of the assembly. I don't know how all of you got here, but we came here to start a new life, and to do that we needed money, and we didn't have any money, so once we paid him off. Yeah.
Understood. Most of us, I imagine, most folks here at the mercy of the assembly. We won't share any information. We won't say that you told us. We appreciate it, in fact. All right.
I will tell you that there's only been one group that's made it back, but they were the father and son, the pig farmers that are just down the road. They said that they only went about a day's far north after Fen disappeared, and they lost her tracks. Only about a day's back up the road.
Do you have their names?
Oh, of course. Corbin is the one that you're going to want to talk to.
Corbin.
Yeah, Corbin.
Corbin.
Caldry.
Corbin Caldry.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Coriana, I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, of course. I really, it's lovely to meet all of you, and thank you for bringing these spices. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I mean, we don't have a large customer base here, but it's good to make what we know. So.
Good. We'll get this matter settled for you.
All right. Thank you. Just be really safe. I mean, those groups look like they knew what they were doing.
Understood.
All right.
So do we.
All right.
Again, not in comparison, right, to us. Just
Right.
in general. Okay.
Right. In general, it looked like it was other fighters. Yeah.
So clearly we all agree that it's time to head back to the port, right? We could fight in the pit. We could
Not fight in the pit.
We are not fighting in the bloody pit. Actually,
Yeah.
the officer stats.
I'm gonna start like pushing
it.
people outside.
Oh,
Just
here.
like,
All right. As
I'm like
you're
corralling people outside.
yeah, she's gonna
wrangling
hand whoever's last. She'll hand. She's like she realizes that you're probably hungry from being on the road, and she'll bundle up a bunch of bread and things. And as you guys are going,
that's
out,
nice.
Iliana's going to deck back in and get just a small coffee.
Okay. All right.
We'll
She'll
mix
hand
with
you.
tea. Sorry, she left something out. I think her mic cut out. What was it?
Yeah, she misspoke. She clearly
I can have
misspoke.
just a coffee, please.
Here you go, and she'll give you a cup. Go ahead and take it with you. You're all clearly in a rush.
You're always in a rush, and I will take the coffee and go. Thank you.
All right, so you guys are in the street, bread in hand.
Did you two find anything in the town while you were out here? Did you walk about?
No
or
bookshop. There's no bookshop here.
Oh,
Ugh.
that's a shame.
What do people do here?
Was there a theater?
Work, eat, die?
And there is a beach close by.
Yeah.
No.
There's a beach.
Probably
down the
over
shore,
there.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know. I don't know the condition it's in though.
I'm sure you'll wake up there soon enough.
What is that supposed to mean? Why? You're an
You-
odd duck.
And you're a beach sleeper.
Do you like the? Oh, you found her on a beach.
Why do you? I was not asleep on the beach.
She found herself on the beach.
I love.
In a moment of.
You woke up
love
on the
the
beach, Elxaris?
No, I did not wake up on the beach. I don't know what they're talking about.
How much did you have to drink last night?
Not enough, apparently.
It was very early though, and you were on the beach, I think.
I was not asleep.
Well,
You can't hold your liquor.
I just like the beach. Okay, I like the ocean. Reminds me of home. Okay, let's go.
Locke, how about you? What did you find? Anything of import or interest?
Well, just noticed some things about the town, really. Nothing monumental. However, from what you've found out, I think it might be a good idea to check out the building I noticed that was in the best shape in this town, which is the assembly building.
Of course.
Since apparently no one is there, you may be able to look about inside.
I agree. I think that might
Might be a
our
good idea
first
to do it under cover of darkness, however.
What time of day is it now? Is it morning-ish? I can't remember at all.
So you guys approached, mid-afternoon, so it's probably starting to become early evening at this point.
Should we talk to the pig farmers there?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the Caudries?
Aye, Corbin Cauldry
I'm ready.
and Sibling. All right.
Yes, probably before it gets too late.
I wonder if they'll have any bacon. Well, let's head over.
There could be
Alright.
sandwiches.
I'll say that you guys can find them without much issue, simply because a pig farm has a certain aroma to it, and it's pretty easy to find.
Great.
Nice.
Yep. So you arrive, and it's on the very edge of town,
Wait.
and you can tell that their farm is trying to. Yes. Oh God.
Elxaris and I would like to slip away and go to the beach and not follow them in.
Okay. Are you guys being stealthy about it?
I would.
I would try to be stealthy. I don't know how successful
Okay.
Derik.
Go ahead and make stealth checks for me, and everyone else just make. Or actually, it'll be against your.
Oh, son of a
passive, gotcha.
biscuit.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
5.
5. Okay. What's that math? What's that halvesies? Let's see, this is what
The sum in half? 9?
Yes. What's the sum?
9.
9. Okay.
Ask me, like,
Yeah, everybody, I would say everybody notices that Elxaris is sneaking away, but Derik is less than stealthy about getting away.
Probably accidentally have my cloak below.
Right. Yeah. You don't
Just
notice
feeling
Elxaris
proud
look
of the
away, but
attempt.
but through the empty street of Vadras, there's a billowing cloak that just like sneaks around a corner, walking.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Did you guys go off in the same direction?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be like, wow.
Ooh.
Like, Derik's always sneaking off with the ladies. Like, this is kind of wild.
Right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's like
it's the eye
and
patch.
he's not subtle about it. It's crazy.
Right. Ooh.
Okay. Well, if you guys don't pursue, you head your way over to the Cauldries to
They're two consenting adults. They can do whatever,
All right.
whatever they like.
You know how she got her eye poked out now.
Oh, no! You took it too far.
Llennoc, I'm sorry. I don't understand. Could you please
Iliana is
explain?
walking forward.
It's going
and
right
as Llennoc is elaborating on this, you make your way to the pig farm, which is on the edge of town as it abuts the marshes. It's a pretty simple set of buildings, and then you see the pasture where the pigs are.
Nice little farm.
Yeah.
Oh, this must be the place. Oh, that's potent.
So we were here to talk to him about. He had someone go missing as well.
The two of them
Came back.
did make it back.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were trying to track the missing assembly member. A representative one.
Do I see anyone out in the working in the with the pigs or anything, Victoria?
You do. Yeah. You do see a rather stocky gentleman with dark black hair that is out with the pigs, just sort of like slopping food into the troughs for the evening. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Cauldry.
Oh, yes. Hi, how can I help you? And he's going to keep working well.
My name's Iliana, and I'm here with a group. We were sent by the assembly. And if I understand correctly, and I'll look to Llennoc, you made it. You were one of the few to make it back to the town.
Oh, you've been talking to the Balthazars. Well, we, my brother and I, we followed Fen when she went missing, and it wasn't far. It was about a day's, trip back up the road, and well, there was clearly a struggle. I mean, you could see it in the mud at a crossroads, and that was it. We lost her tracks.
Hi.
Can you tell me which crossroads that was? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Map.
Oh, sure. And he'll point out, it was another one of those paths that were kind of coming off the, it's actually not on the map, but he shows you approximately how far outside of town. It's another one of those overgrown paths that you saw on the way. That also had sort of, you guys would have noted that it also had one of those little berry bushes.
Oh. Mm-hmm. My apologies, Iliana. Please carry on.
No, your input is about as good as mine. Did you see anything besides the struggle? Did you come across anything else?
That was all. I mean, it looked like a major struggle. I mean, there were some pretty big footprints, but then they just, I don't know what they did. They just sort of vanished off. I don't know
big footprints as in human footprints? Is he human, Victoria? I don't remember if you said.
Oh yes, yeah, he's human.
Okay.
He's a stuffed
Like-
human. Yeah.
Human footprints or like giant footprints?
The giants stay up north. No, it's not a giant. No, I mean they were larger. You know how there's,
Sure.
the Balthazars, they're larger.
Sure.
Larger.
Sure.
folk. Yeah.
I understand. Llennoc, do you have anything would you like to add?
So there's nothing else that you noticed. I'm just going to sort of walk them back through the statement to see if they give the same account a second time.
Okay. I would say just make a quick insight check for me.
Okay. 8.
Okay. Yep. Everything seems to line up with the Balthazars, but not in a suspicious way.
Okay.
Could I also try and insight that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really high.
Ooh, nice.
20 total.
20? Okay. I would say you get the same feeling. He certainly isn't including the information about having the extra groups of adventurers come through. But everything else seems to check out that, Fen went missing, they went and looked. They saw the tracks, that was it, yeah.
All right. Yeah, it checks out.
Anything else I can help you folks with?
I'm sorry, how long ago was that?
Oh, this was about probably a month and a half ago at this point.
Okay. So, like,
It's been a while. And they haven't sent her replacement, unless that's one of you.
No word on
It's
that
not.
yet. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay. All right.
You didn't encounter anything, any other creatures or enemies or anyone looking to hurt you during your tracking?
It was a pretty quick trip. Out. It was pretty obvious what happened. Came back.
I guess
We didn't want to end up like they had.
Can understand
But
that.
we made it fast. We took a pair of horses and went out.
One last question for you.
Yeah.
Corbin, do you have any bacon?
Sure. Sure, we have some bacon
For sale?
up at the house. Yeah. Give me just a second to clean up, and he throws the slop bucket down and starts getting cleaned up, and we'll show you towards the house. And while you are doing that, very quickly, I want to check in with Elxaris and Derik, who have ducked away and thought that they have ducked away pretty sneakily.
Oh, we did feel that we were very successful in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I was a champ.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we let's see. We were across the water. We're a very short walk from the water, are we not?
Yeah, because you're up on the very top left of the
Yeah.
map. That big building was the assembly. Yeah. So.
Okay. So I mean, unless she has a different plan, I think we would both just walk up to the sand and sort of take in the sights and sounds of the water rushing. And so Derik would begin talking. Said, they don't take us seriously.
What makes you say that?
They don't like our ideas. They don't trust us.
Well, why not?
That's my question.
I'm a goddamn delight.
Well, listen, I was skeptical, and that's only because the first thing I learned about you, I didn't fully understand the scope, and I like to give people latitude in where they find pleasure in life, and so I apologize for being quick to judge, and I think that perhaps you and I should be friends, and I wanted to formally apologize for one. First off, and this is the big one, for speaking over you. It was so rude. And frankly, it's why I brought you to the beach.
Oh, you took me far. What?
I didn't want them to hear.
That you were apologizing to me. You didn't want anyone else to hear that part.
It seems that you fully understand.
Oh my god. You're a different kind of breed. You know.
Is that
that's okay.
That's okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But can I tell you something else?
I guess.
They're all just gonna smell like shit.
I know. I'd rather smell like the sea than pig shit.
I felt that way too. I'm glad that we see eye to eye. Oh, eyes to eye on something.
I don't.
I'm gonna punch myself in the face.
I don't understand the joke. I can see just fine.
I'm sure you can. Yeah. Can I admit something to you? It's very embarrassing.
Please, I could use embarrassing tidbits from you.
Your eye patch is fucking cool.
I know, right?
And if I make fun of you, it's because I'm jealous. That's all.
Well, I kind of figured. That's why I didn't really let it go to my head.
Well, you're wise. You're wise.
I know. Man, why can't anyone else see this? I am wise. I am
we'll
a
show them.
delight. I'm a huge deal. And I cannot find a fucking to-go cup anywhere I go. Like, it was available to me back home.
Like, she could have just let you borrow a cup. They'd bring it back, but again, they
I
don't
will
trust
not
us.
bring it back.
Oh, really? Oh, I see why they don't trust us. Okay.
Well, if you think about it, a to-go cup, like, you don't bring back a to-go cup. Have you ever had a to-go cup? They're specifically
No.
made to where you take it with you and dispose of it in another location.
You give it to a different restaurant.
No. There's like these little drop-off points around the town for
What town?
garbage.
Oh.
So
what are these cups made out of?
I don't know.
Are they
Paper,
magic?
Plastic? Yes, it must be. It must be. I don't know.
Oh.
They were just given to me, offered to me, and I took it because I was a big deal. So
There are just so many things in this world I've never taken proper time to consider. And I thank you for enlightening me.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Just if they offer you a straw, don't take it.
Are they cursed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Thank you.
So just don't do. Now, if it's a metal straw, those are okay. But
I
if
don't
it's
understand the difference.
well, it's you'll see. If it's not metal, it's a cursed straw.
I will
You-
keep this in mind.
Okay. You know.
And I think at that point I'm ready just to stare off into the ocean and not be in a place that smells like big shit.
I'm
Yeah, y'all.
gonna wait. I'm gonna be waiting in the ocean.
Okay, so as the two of you enjoy the beach and the ocean, and the other four are being
Smell like
given
big
some
shit.
lovely packages of bacon for their kindness, and clearly, you know, they're worried that you're going out on the road doing something that they're not wanting to do. That is where we will end tonight's session.
All right.
Yay!
You made it. You
Great
made it.
session, Victoria and
Guys,
everyone.
It only took 3. Oh, thanks. You know, eventually we'll get you guys into the thick of things. One day. One
Did you-
day.
I feel like we're in the thick of it.
Sure. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
expect
I
us
don't
to
know-
be
I don't know about
here
the
in
audience.
the first session?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's a
no.
good question.
No.
First
Okay.
half of the first session.
No, actually, I have to tell you, of all of the choices, this is the one that I thought you were not going to choose.
Oh,
So,
really?
Oh.
Yeah, so I had to do.
You thought we were gonna fight in the pit, didn't you?
Yeah.
No,
No.
I figured you guys were smart enough to skip that. No, but this is the most normal D&D quest of all of them. So I was like, oh, they won't pick this one. They'll pick one of the weird ones.
Gotta work our way up.
Yeah,
Save this
exactly. We
town.
gotta. Come on.
Yeah, well, we'll see how normal it is when you get out there. All right. Well, awesome. Thank you guys for playing
Thanks,
and hanging out. Viewers, thanks for hanging out with us again. Actually try to stop it decently on time tonight. If you aren't familiar, of course, we have 2 other streams on this channel. So on Tuesday nights, we have our Evil campaign, where you can catch Tasha and I as PCs, and Dan is the DM, and that's from 10 to 1. And then on Friday nights, Dan is DMing again with Steph as a PC in that one, and that's the good campaign, again 10 to 1, so that's wonderful. So I hope everyone has a fantastic week, and we will see you back next Sunday at 10 o'clock.
Awesome.
Bye.
Take care,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.